Tell you what, we could have had a good life together. Fucking real good life. Had us a place of our own. But you didn't want it, Ennis. So what we got now is Brokeback Mountain. You count the damn few times that we have been together in nearly 20 years, and you measure the short fucking leash you keep me on, and then you ask me about Mexico, and you tell me you kill me for needing something I don't hardly never get. And I'm not you. I can't make it on a couple of high-altitude fucks once or twice a year. You are too much for me, Ennis. You son of a horsey bitch. I wish I knew how to quit you.
Hey girl, what you doing down there? Dancing alone every night while I live right above you. I can hear your music playing. I can feel your body swaying. One floor below me, you don't even know me. I love you. Oh my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. Oh my sweetness means you'll meet me in the hallway. Whoa, twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show. If you look out your window tonight, pulling the string with the note that's attached to my heart. Read how many times I saw you, how in my silence I adored you, and only in my dreams did that wall between us come apart. Oh my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. Oh my sweetness means you'll meet me in the hallway. Whoa, twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show. Whoa, I can hear the music playing. I can feel your body swaying. One floor below me, you don't even know me. I love you. Oh my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Whoa, twice on the pipe if the answer is no. I love you, I love you. Oh my sweetness means you'll meet me in the hallway. Twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show.
Yeah, buddies, it's the Ron and Fez show. October lumbers on decade through decade. Fez Whatley has taken over the openings off our own Pepper Hicks. It is the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Fez Whatley.
Hiya, buddies.
Fez, we were in here Thursday and spent the latter part of the show with Dave's mom, Beanie. And then Friday, I had the opportunity to unmask her doing another one of my comedy unmasking. I had to tell you, Robert Klein and Beanie have so much in common in a storytelling mode that I honestly thought I was starting to go nuts.
Doesn't take much to get either one of them going.
Well, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
If it's going somewhere.
Oh, right.
But that rambling, I lived many lives, so let me try to explain something to you that you don't quite care about thing gets to me. I don't know how Casey didn't run out of here seeing the uncomfortable connection that Dave has with his mom. It's a little too much. All you guys are mama's boys.
Right, yeah.
And it all scares me. And Earl, put a bag over your head, you imperfect bastard. I'm not even looking at you today, okay?
They should
Earl,
have taken the...
It's like you were killed, and I'm trying to forget you.
But I'm not dead.
You're not perfect either, are you?
Well, I'm not.
And you might not be dead, but you're dead to me. And I'm glad Lily ruined you. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to get into it, but I'm glad Lily ruined you. Hey, Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
29,875, my brother.
Yeah.
Hoo-ah! That song was god-awful. Please, for the love of God, bring back Pepper Hicks.
Ron and Fez show. Here's Curtis. Curtis, you're on Ron and Fez.
That is the worst opening in history. What happened, Fez?
Here's Dano. Dano, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ronnie.
Yeah. What can we do for you, Dano?
Oh, hey, man. I'm very sad today that Pepper got hit by a bus, because he obviously wouldn't let that go on if he was still with us.
Well, you know, things change all the time. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Earl, can you put something up between me and you so I don't have to look at you? Dave, take your shirt off and put it over Earl's head. Because every time I lose a look at him, I think I'll lose the money. What happened to you? You lose your EP job? You don't have to pick games anymore?
I absolutely know how to pick games. It wasn't my fault that Mississippi couldn't take the damn points and go into overtime.
I lost money because I believed in you. And if you go outside your door, you'll see the noose hanging out there, Columbia style. Call, alert the media, because anytime someone ties a rope together now, it makes national news, Fez.
Yeah, Columbia University still, and the NYPD still looking into who hung out that noose.
Well, that's not the end of it, Fez. It goes on and on. The New York Post has got a noose. Anyone who gets a noose hung out in front of them, it is big news. Now, I don't want to point this out, but it's Halloween. People hang up things. It's supposed to be pranks, jokes. Do not call the media every time someone ties a rope together. It's ridiculous.
To me, it's like, who's got the time to sit there and put a noose together? Never mind going to a university and hang it up.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I want to say maybe Earl's not Mr. Perfect because you took away his EP spot.
I was thinking the same thing. Why isn't there a shirt over your head, Earl?
He took it off my head for some reason.
All right, then put your own hat down over your eyes. If you don't want to smell his stinky armpits, then pull your hat down. Because I cannot look at that face. Now, is this passive-aggressive? Because I took you away from being executive producer? You attacked my wallet? Something that cannot defend itself?
No, I would never attack your wallet.
Did you purposely give me the wrong pick this week?
No, I didn't. It was a perfect pick, or I thought it was a perfect pick, and I'll have another perfect pick at the end of this week.
Who's going to listen to you anymore, Mr. Fuck? You crazy bastard.
Earl, you only had one job left to do, and that was to be absolutely perfect.
Earl, now I feel like hanging a noose and putting your neck in it. And then that should make the news. If you start hanging people, yes, that's a news story. If you hang rope, it's nothing. It's silliness. It's garbage. It means nothing. Stop paying attention to any idiot that hangs a noose anymore. The newest thing, Fezzi, I'm going to do your part here. Swastickers. Swastickers were found in a bathroom. Now, I'm like, I have been in men's rooms my whole life. I always see a swastika. They've always been there. Ever since I was a kid. Dave, come on in here. There is something about young people. They love to make a swastika. Whether they know what it means or not, they're in the mood to make a swastika.
Absolutely.
Do you remember that when you were a kid?
Yes, on your notebooks, all over your math books. You would just draw them because the design itself.
The design is fabulous.
Oh, it's
whether
awesome.
you believe in what is behind. Now, first of all, the swastika goes way back before Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
It showed up on Egyptian sculptures and architecture, so it meant something long ago. Now, for some reason, I guess a kid, you're learning to make designs. The swastika, it's easy, and it's got a good look. It kind of looks like a throwing star, a Chinese throwing star.
Yeah.
So a kid will make that without necessarily saying, I am a follower of Hitler.
Yeah, I remember when we had to draw these little like Halloween posters in 3rd grade, and I drew like a little Charles Manson, not knowing who it was, and I drew on his forehead the swastika.
Well, yeah, because he had that. Manson had it. Because again, here you can take a couple lines, put them together, and freak people out.
Right.
Which again is something that the non-bright like to do. You can get a reaction of people. And all you have to do is say to yourself, look what I came up with.
Yeah.
2 lines.
I remember my teacher was like, do you know what this means? And I said...
They all say the same thing. Do you know what it means?
And I just said, no, it's cool, though.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well, you have to point out to them, and I was talking to Anthony about this the other night at Bar 9, because let's face it, when it comes to the German memorabilia, he has a tendency to lie that way. But Hitler and his team of marketers really invented a lot of cool stuff. The uniform of the Nazi Germany was every bit as cool as the Oakland Raiders. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now, when you're a kid, your favorite team is always the Oakland Raiders, black and silver. Before you know what anything means, as you're learning about helmets and colors, every kid loves the Oakland Raiders. The same thing the Nazis were able to pick up. All their design looks great. The big eagles, their fucking cars were great. Let's face it, has a handgun ever looked as good as a Luger?
No.
The German Luger is slick. It's happening. So my point is this. Don't put it in the news because somebody puts a swastika up in a fucking bathroom. It could be a retarded kid. And probably is. It probably is.
Well, that's kind of what you do in bathrooms anyway. If you happen to have a pen, you're going to scribble. And so it doesn't take too many scribblings to finally do the swastika.
I write the same thing all the time. Don Wicklund blows Elo. And I don't mean it. I just figure it's it's what you do about your bosses. It's not personal to those guys. I've written it about every boss I've ever had in my life.
That's who's doing it.
I even wrote bad stuff about my dad in my own bathroom at my house. He was able to track me down. He figured it out.
I like in bathrooms when someone will say Red Sox suck.
Right.
And then some guy who used the stall after him gets mad.
Yeah.
And then he'll write, and so do you.
Right.
With an arrow.
They will always call the guy who wrote before him some kind of gay names. It's not personal, and none of it belongs on the news. It really comes down to this. Men are stupid. Men are slobs. That's the whole point here.
Yeah.
That's the whole point here. Stop reacting to everything that you see. Stop putting everything you see on the news like it's important. It is not. Now, at the same time that all this stuff about somebody finding a noose is being treated some way, I'm walking home the other day from the Unmasked as I go past Union Square, and the people from Burma were out there, and they're having a protest because there's massive, crackdowns in their country right now. They need the UN to step in. The UN will not because the government has China behind. But I look around there. Was there any news? This is a legitimate story.
Wow.
Were there any news people there? No, not at all. But hang a noose, and 90 of them will show up. But if actual atrocities are taking place, well, this is a little too complex for us. We've got to stop it. Everett, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, are we turning into the communist states of America? What's happening to the First Amendment?
I don't know if the First Amendment is to leave behind, an insult and run out of there. You know what I mean? The First Amendment is I stand up and here's how I feel. Leaving a noose behind is, let's face it, a cowardly act at best and a prank as probability.
It doesn't cover threats.
We got to think of it as viral marketing. Let's hang one outside Earl's thing, and Earl will call the news people. We'll say, look what's happened over here at 202 on XM radio. What's going to happen tomorrow? Listen in on 202 on XM radio.
I don't think a noose would.
And you be the one who talks to him. You yell, "Feet don't fail me now." I don't know what to do. Keep your eyes bug-eyed. And then tomorrow we'll have a massive audience finding out what's going on. Richard, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, my personal favorite bathroom sketch is the floor-level view of the girl with her legs spread, the nice vagina drawn in there.
Yeah, the vagina drawing as you're looking up through her vagina and then mountainous tits.
Yeah.
Here's Nick. Nick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? I'm a truck driver from one end of the country to the other, and I see so many Swatstickers in restrooms. If we start to investigate every swastika in every restroom, it's ridiculous. We just got to realize the people that do this kind of stuff are either idiots or, like you said, retards or pranksters. So come on, like, why should we worry about swastickers? As long as they're not acting on these swastickers and going out and killing.
I agree 100%. That's why I literally laughed off the stupid news stuff. And I just found it to be ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not even saying that the people there were ridiculous for having a protest. But the fact that this goes and makes the news later, to me it seems like it's their business. All right, you don't like the way things are on campus? Go ahead, yell. Go out in the street with your buddies and everybody yell about it. Why the hell is the news covering this, let alone the national news? Someone tied up a rope and left it off a tree. What the fuck are you talking about at Halloween? Yeah. Oh, someone put a pumpkin, made a scary face, put it out there. Does that mean witches are coming?
I guess it's because there's issues of race involved. The news loves race, pure and simple.
You are 100% correct there. The news loves any kind of race stuff that they can get their hands on. And mainly because people fear it. And the news loves fear.
Yeah.
They fucking love fear.
And uncomfortability.
Yeah.
And they think they're doing, legitimate broadcasting.
They sit around, well, they act like it is. Do me this favor. Let's see one news program have the balls not to run the weather, and I bet that fucking thing drops 80% in their ratings. I bet nobody watches the news if they don't show the local weather. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, what's going on, buddies?
Hey, man.
The Buddhist religion or belief, the swastika used to be good luck, but Hitler liked it, and he turned it on like a 45-degree angle and made it into his own little thing.
So it doesn't mean good luck anymore?
Well, it does, I guess, if you're a Nazi.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Good luck in Poland.
And all the big brands will do that. Somebody else is successful, you fucking take it over and make it your own.
Yeah,
that's what fucking people do.
Yeah, it's been a long design. As we said, the Native Americans used it in everything. So.
I didn't know Native Americans used it. I didn't know they had any fucking paint.
It was...
I never knew they left anything behind besides a totem pole. I give them all the credit in the world for totem poles. It's the one fucking piece of sculpture they have. So what did it mean to them?
I could be wrong, but
you probably are.
I believe it had something to do with like the sun. Like I thought it was maybe a symbol representing their sun king. I could be wrong, but I definitely...
I didn't think they had a sun king. I thought that was the Aztecs or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Native Americans.
No, I think, Native Americans used it, yeah.
Native South Americans, you're saying now.
Maybe.
I know they didn't leave it in the bathroom because they didn't have those.
I guess they used to wipe with fucking squirrels back then.
But they had the wild, even better than the bathroom.
All right, let's see how long you can live out in the woods with no fucking bathroom. I bet you're back within 24 hours.
I'm all jacked up because I just saw that movie yesterday.
Oh, you finally saw it?
Yeah.
So you missed football to go watch a movie.
I had to see
You're such a girl. You had to see it or your chick had to see it?
No, I saw it by myself. She had no interest.
Really?
Yeah, so I just said, I have to go
I understand it, but you blow off football day to go do that?
It was Jets. I figured I want to get back. If I leave now, I'll get back in time for Cowboys-Patriots, which is really the game that I wanted to see.
Yeah, it was the game of the week. It was nice just to see the Cow. I love to root against the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I need them better so I can root against them. I need them just not to quite make it for me to be happy.
They were leading in the third. They just, after a while, Tom Brady's like, enough of this bullshit.
Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John?
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, I was in college. I was a janitor and at a bank, and the women's restroom, I'd go in there and stock it and everything. But you never see anything in a women's restroom. They got couches in there. You could hang out there. It just shows what pigs men are.
You will not see graffiti in a woman's stall because it's very hard to draw while you hover above the fucking bowl. A man will put his ass right down on it. A man will put his ass right on the seat.
And never use that weird plastic toilet seat.
No.
Why do they even put them in men's bathrooms?
You might as well they might as well just have pink dresses that you can put on, because a man isn't going to sit there and he's going to drop his ass down and risk it all. Risk it all. Roll the dice with his health.
I guarantee you those toilet seat coverings, the same toilet seats have been there since 1973.
But no, I don't care if it's made out of gold and it's been taken care of by God itself. A woman will still hover. A woman in history has never sat down on a toilet seat. They worry. I think it's because of the gaping openings that they have that we don't have to deal with. We have a very thin, small thing that we got to worry about. Very a pinhole, if you will. Where there's some of them, Jesus Christ. Earl, you're a hover, aren't you?
No, I'm not a hover. I use the urinal.
You'll actually pull the seat up and sit straight down on it.
Well, Fez is a hover, isn't he?
Fez doesn't use the public restroom.
Yeah. I'm not going there.
You hover at home. He doesn't even trust his own toilet.
As much as I've cleaned it.
Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Cleaned it or licked it? What do you do to that toilet?
Clean.
Jeff.
Yes, sir. I wouldn't display a swastika myself, but I do believe in freedom of expression.
Well, yes and no. Number one, you're free to wear a T-shirt with a swastika on it, but you're not free to carve it into somebody's wall. That's not freedom of expression. That's graffiti. That's two different things. You can't say, oh, I like a swastika, so I'm going to go spray paint it on a temple. That's wrong. But if you want to go around and wear it on your T-shirt or have it, I guess, in your own yard, then that's your business.
Have a nice flag. Swatches of swastika
Was that
flag.
their flag, the German flag?
Yeah, I would think so.
But you don't know. Earl, do you know this?
I used to see like those swastika flags.
Yeah.
The red.
I don't like too simple of a flag. That fucking Rising Sun Japan flag is ridiculous. You know who has got a great flag? Brazil. There's just great colors. There's all kinds of shit going on. I like a busy flag.
Yeah, it's nice.
Maybe it's from the U.S. I like the old the Southern flag, the Civil War flag that they use, the battle flag, fabulous flag. I like the Union Jack. I don't like Ireland's flag or Italy's flag. France does the same thing.
Yep.
Just a couple of colors laying next to each other.
A lot of Europe does that because Germany, just had the like orange and brown and something. They
wanted to keep it dull after the fact. They really wanted to play anything down. When you're running Germany, you got to be like, hey, whatever we do, don't get the people fired up. No holidays, no parades, because if you get more, they say a dozen is where it's a turning point in Germany. If 11 Germans are there in a bar, they're just drinking. When the 12th shows up, it's a movement, and they start bad-mouthing Poland. And any 12 Germans could take Poland tomorrow. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Fez. What's going on?
Hey.
Actually, out west, I don't exactly remember where, but there's a set of naval barracks that from a sky view looks like a swastika. Now they got to spend millions of dollars to renovate it to make it not look like a swastika anymore.
Well, why don't they just, move something? Yeah, it only takes one little thing. One little corner's got to be disrupted, and you're fine.
Or build another wing, and it just becomes like a square. If you just build like two more wings.
Red square, my friend.
Oh,
Tenement
shit.
square, is that what you're after?
No.
Squares are bad. Squares are very, very bad. What is the AA logo? You ever see that on people? Well, you will now. It's like a circle with a triangle in the middle, and you'll see some guys wearing the necklace. And I love that because it's supposed to be anonymous, and there you are wearing something that points it out to you.
And here's the corporate logo.
The logo that the Christians have, the little fish.
Yeah.
Couldn't be more simple. Literally, I mean, you got to go out of your way even to call that a fish. And they don't have to put anything together. But it's a fish to them.
I always thought that the Jewish star was pretty cool.
It's great.
In fact, I would say that was my second favorite shape to make.
I used to make it all the time, too.
Which is really confusing that you're doing swastikas and Jewish stars next to each other.
Because you're not after anything but shapes.
Yeah,
All you're trying to do at that age is draw shapes. You want to draw anything that at the end of the day looks like you've got any kind of talent.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
I remember that my friend Bart was very artistic, and he was able to draw cubes way before anyone else.
Yeah.
He was able to draw cubes in like first grade.
I could do the cube. I could do the loaf of bread where you would have it go out. It's the same as a cube, but you would pull it back.
You could do that with a house.
Well, you would do the house without lifting your pencil. That was the thing. Draw the house without ever lifting a pencil.
And I like to draw
anything but pay attention to the teacher.
And I like to do the Olympics. I like to do the Olympic rings.
Yeah.
That was another one of my favorite
Yeah, I love to do Olympic rings, too.
It's just cool because you're like, I'm going to connect all these circles.
And it's going to turn into something fantastic.
Yeah. And then you would always throw on a few more extra circles. And
like, wouldn't this look better? Like, you feel like you're improving it? The world has gotten bigger, and the Olympics should signify that. Here's what I've come up with.
Yeah.
All you really want to do as a kid is just stand out. Have someone recognize anything that you do. And it never happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think another thing that you love to do, like, especially as a little boy, you love to draw vehicles. Whether they're cars.
It always used to be the funny cars. You used to draw the big, fat back and then all bringing it down. Yeah. So it would be like the little racing slicks. And then the guy with the giant head sticking out and his tongue there. And then here's the other thing that would always depress you. There's always one kid in class who draws enormously better than you. I mean, he's a fucking prodigy.
Yeah.
He's drawing all kinds of shit. And you're like, here I am, as hard as I work. I'll never be as good as this future stoner.
Yeah, it's like my jet plane looks like a banana, and Bart just drew this fucking awesome F-16.
Craig, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys. Hey, Ronnie, when you asked Earl if he hovered over the toilet seat, he said, no, I don't. I use the urinal. So does Earl shit in the urinal?
Yeah, he does. You shit in the urinal, don't you, Earl?
No, I do not.
Are you afraid to take a public shit?
No, not at all.
Well, you go take one now.
I don't have to.
That's why Earl's back is always wet.
I don't have to go now, but I mean, I'm not afraid of using a.
You got to pull your shirt up a little bit, Earl. You're letting it get down there.
Someone, by the way, and I just real quick, I think it's Earl, smells like really bad baked beans. Either Earl or Pitts did not shower today, and it's terrible.
Earl, did you shower?
Yes, I did shower this morning.
Pitsy shower?
Yes, I did.
Or K-Rob, but one of those three guys smells like terrible baked beans.
Smell each other while you're in there. Everybody finds out who smells like what.
Did anyone shower in beans?
You know, I was out the other night at the 2U show. Someone walked by us just stinking of shit. And it was like a breeze came through the whole room. I saw people 12 feet away gagging from this fucking animal. And this was long before Drunken Dave made a spectacle out of himself.
I don't.
First of all, Dr. Steve and his lovely wife, Tacey, were there. And they're just taking in New York, Fez. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Tacey's like this. I swear to God, she said this. We never saw Jews except for on TV. And they were really enjoying everything, right? And then Rosalita comes on, so I yell at Dave, Jersey, for him to get up and salute Jersey and start dancing. Dave, Earl, you were still there for this, right?
Yes, I was.
Completely shit-faced. He's dancing around singing Rosalita. He takes a chair, turns it upside down, starts to sing in the chair like it's a microphone, right? Doesn't he get 3 more Garden State alcoholics to come over, each take a chair leg and sit there like some stupid Asbury Park circle jerk and fucking sing Rosalita into 4 different chair legs? It was the funniest shit I ever saw in my life. At that point, the lovely Tacey says this, and I swear to God, what's this? We don't have Bruce Springsteen songs like this. She doesn't know anything but the post-85 hits, right?
Don't know anything but Born USA.
Yeah, Born in the USA is where the rest of the country jumped on. She had never heard Rosalita in her life, And, you know, the perfect generation to know that song.
Yeah.
Because Dr. Steve's going, honey, please. Please, stop it. And she's like, it's all so much fun. Why you all start jumping around with the Jews singing? Really fun. And so they're all singing Rosalita into chair legs. Fucking blitz. Like complete idiots. And that's a long-ass song, right?
Yeah.
Finally, the song ends. The next song that comes on, and everyone claps and goes crazy, and Dave sits down. The next song comes on, Rosalita. What? I am Jersey. Dave is back up again for another, and the same three drunks came over with him, and they sang into the fucking. And I don't sing it right there to your left. I don't remember. Know if you remember. I think it was Jon Stewart. The guy looked exactly like Jon Stewart.
Wow.
Singing in Rosalita.
I do remember very, very faintly. That whole night was kind of a fog, but I do remember when it came on the second time.
Yeah.
I was like in heaven.
Yeah.
I'm like, back-to-back Rosalita, drunk as a fucking skunk.
I'm starting to learn that song because we don't have it in Tennessee. We live close to Dollywood.
That was like almost the only thing I really remember that night. But man, was that was the most fun I've had.
Yeah, that was a good. Well, you were happy to be drinking. Let's face that.
Yeah.
You were very happy to be drinking after you missed your Friday night drinking because he was going to come to Bar 9,
right?
And then couldn't make it. So then I get a call from him, and I answer the phone. And I just hear Dave. Sorry, Mr. B, I won't be coming to Bar 9. He found out, you know, something came up and he couldn't make it, right? And I guess he had been waiting for a drink all day. And this is all he did. Sorry, Mr. B, I won't be coming to Bar 9 the way I said it was. Something came up, so I guess you guys are going to be over there. I thought I'd be there, but I'm not going to be there long. I'm like, all right, Dave, talk to you later. I'm definitely going to try to get out tomorrow night, though. And he's fighting back tears. We don't have payphones down in Tennessee. Steve, did you say this? They got Jews with payphones.
They were such great people, though.
Oh, I love them.
They were really awesome.
Yeah.
I was able to talk to him at Unmasked and everything.
I don't care about him. It's his wife. You know, before I used to say Dr. Steve. No, it's his wife. And again, remember I always say I always judge people by their chick. I always do. I can't help it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful, hot, really fun wife.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. That's why I wish I could have gone to Bar 9 just to hang out with Dr. Steve.
Sorry, Mr. B, I won't be able to be coming to Bar 9 the way I planned on. I'm going to be there. You were fighting back tears, you fucking alcoholic.
Yeah, I was.
Sorry, Mr. B. Dave, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
I knew
when did you ever call them?
I could sense so much that you wanted to get off the line, but I still wanted to talk about it, so I called up Fez 10 seconds later.
Sorry, Fez, I won't be coming to Bar 9 the way I promised. God, that was insane. But, you know, it's really fun because, you know, you meet people like online, like Dr. Steve, but then you don't meet them in real life, sometimes years, and this happens occasionally. So it's really cool when you actually end up liking that person and even liking their chick more. Which does that come across as rude?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. It's a compliment
You
to
gotta
him.
be careful. Women are so crazy now. That same night, I don't know whether you saw this, HTG got very, very inappropriate with Melinda.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say anything about it because Melinda is, she's a lady. And I would not say out loud the things that HTG was saying to her.
Oh, my God.
But maybe that's the booze talking.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, maybe that's Johnny Walker feeding her lines.
I'm very surprised at that.
Yeah, me too.
But, you know, Melinda's classy.
She is.
Sure.
Now, when is this party, this birthday party, that karaoke party?
This Friday at Iggy's.
Yeah, I got to get out of that. Even though I was the first person to respond. You're not going, Fez?
No, I'm not going.
Earl,
I can't
are you?
be there.
Yeah, I'm not going. I'm correcting.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
on
not
the
going.
26th. It's on Friday the 26th.
Oh, that's weeks away.
10 days. 11
All right,
days.
So I still got to get out of that. Now, I have been invited to, and this was surprising, but I have been invited to a baby girl's birthday party.
Oh.
I never expected that. But then she said this to me. I don't like Anthony. I don't like the way he leers at me. I want to be a Ron and Fez girl. She says this to me. There's something about Anthony. He feels like his show is too good for me to drop by. Where you, on the other hand, you don't judge women just by their hot ass or their beautiful breast or what you perceive to be a perfect vagina. You see me as a person. Where I think Anthony only sees her body parts.
I think that there's maybe something to that. Because I know Mr. Bennington, you look at a woman's mind.
That's what I find the most attractive, the mind.
Yeah, the mind and...
Mind fucking.
And the heart.
Yes, mind and heart.
Fucking.
Where on the other hand, Anthony, I think she's sexist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. So I guess she's dropping him. She's dropped that, and she's hanging out with us now.
That's good for us.
So you coming to the birthday party?
No.
Sorry, Mr. B, I won't be able to come to baby girl's birthday.
I mean, I'll go to baby's, but not Lily's.
Oh, no one's going to Lily's.
I'm out.
No,
that thing is a fucking Mary Tyler Moore disaster.
It's so been done. Yes,
Enough
Iggy's
of
karaoke. We know, we get it. People sing.
Yeah, you know who'll be there? Patrick and Dawn. Yeah.
They love to sing.
Don't they? There's no business like show business. Oh, by the way, you know who's a giant fan of ours, Fez?
Who's that?
Fake Bono. Fake Bono came over and just complimented me. And I let myself believe it was the real Bono. I let myself think, what if happened if Bono would finally get here?
Put the glasses back on.
You know what he said to me? Yeah. I don't know whether you saw the new South Park.
Didn't. Everyone's talking about it.
All they do is they rip fucking Bono. I don't know why. It made me laugh hard.
I've got to see it because I've heard a couple people.
Sorry,
bring it
Mr.
up.
B, I can't be watching Comedy Central anymore. I can't turn on Comedy Central. I'm sorry.
Did Fake Bono have an Irish accent when he talked to you?
No. It was Jersey. He was the third Bono that they had to call. The first Bono couldn't make it. Second Bono hurt himself. He was the third Bono. Brother Joe said to me, what do I give a shit? I got 8 fucking Bonos. I got 9 fucking Adams.
he's like Anton Newcomb of the U2 cover band. He just can roll guys in and out.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. And yet the people are just excited to see any Bono. They don't care if the guy looks like Bono, sounds like Bono. The fact that he calls himself Bono, they're ecstatic with it.
Well, as long as you have those fly shades that Bono wears and you slick back your hair, you could pretty much pull Bono off.
By the way, just so you know this, HTG got very inappropriate with your chick as well.
Oh my God.
On a tear Saturday night.
She was rubbing her arm and saying something what I consider to be inappropriate and dirty.
Oh, what? Do you can you say or no?
Pussy lips.
Pussy lips. Shh.
I want to try to keep it. So it was a disgusting night. That's
terrible.
That's her. First, Melinda and then Casey. It's awful. It's an awful way to live. This Graz kid, are we into him as an intern or not?
No, we're lukewarm, but probably no.
He drives Fez crazy, and I'll tell you why. He wears mismatched teams' hats and shirts.
Yeah, he will wear, like, let's say, a Mets t-shirt, and then it'll be like a...
Well, he doesn't wear Mets stuff. He wears Boston stuff. But you wear... Now, he had on a Whalers hockey shirt, Fez, and then he had the Boston Red Sox hat. And that makes you crazy?
Yeah, I can't stand the mixing and matching of teams like that. The hat has to be the same team as the shirt.
Doesn't matter it's the same city?
No, I don't even like the mixing of sports.
Now, let me throw it this way. You don't find that even a little annoying when the hat does match the shirt? Like, now it's not like I'm a supporter of the team, but I'm pretending I'm on the team. You know, if you wear a baseball shirt and a baseball hat, you're really only a pair of pants away from acting like you're on the team. I think that's too much. I don't think you can wear any two of any team without looking ridiculous.
Too much overkill.
Too much overkill. Graz, what is your philosophy on this?
Well, on Saturday it was interesting because I was going to the opening of the NHL store, so I was wearing my Maple Leafs hat and my Whalers jersey because I'm just kind of more of a fan of the sport than a particular team.
Why don't you get a nice NHL hat? I support NHL.
Because that's just not as fun to me. I don't
All right,
think
so you want to just say, I love the sport, not so much the team.
Exactly. You know, but it was like baseball wears Red Sox stuff.
Why don't you wear a Red Sox cap and a Cubs shirt and say, I support the national pastime. Where are you on this, Dave? Because you're a guy who fly the colors.
I disagree with Fez in that I think you can have two of the same city.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you, Mr. Bennington, that if it's two different areas of the body.
Yeah.
In other words, a hat and a shirt, that's too much. If I was wearing a T-shirt with a Yankees sweatshirt over it, okay, if I had a Yankees T-shirt, then a Yankees sweatshirt, I think that's acceptable too. But
Not the hat.
Once it's two different parts of the body.
I wish we had Bronx Johnny here, who he wears matching colors. So he wears the thing that you hate all the time, Fez, but he makes sure that the colors match.
Right, yeah.
So does that bother you?
Yeah, that bothers me a lot when it's two mismatching teams.
But he's saying what I'm trying to do is match colors. It doesn't matter, the teams. Earl, where's your head on this?
You got to have uniform. It's got to be uniform. If you're a Yankee fan, you got to wear Yankee all the way. You got to everything.
So you'll wear hat, shirt, pants, and cleats. You'll put on fucking Yankee Santies.
Yeah, I mean, everything has to be Yankees, or if you're a Red Sox fan, everything has to be Red Sox.
I think that's tacky, myself.
I think it's ridiculous. I think now you're like a 4-year-old playing make-believe.
Right, I think if you really want to wear a hat, okay, for instance,
yeah,
why not go like with New York Football Giants hat and then wear your Yankees shirt? If you have to wear a hat, you're keeping it with the same city, but you're mixing it up a little bit because the Yankees hat and the shirt.
Now, somebody sent me this. It's really funny, and this is how odd people have gotten with their sports paraphernalia. There's a website of guys wearing outdated shirts. So they think it's very funny if a guy's wearing a shirt of somebody who's been traded or no longer in the game. So that's the latest... mullet. Somebody walking around wearing a Mike Smith jersey just seems ridiculous to people. Where are you on this, Earl? Does it have to be fully throwback?
At least be current. You know what I mean? I wouldn't
But
go.
what about a throwback like a Satchel Paige?
I love the throwbacks. I totally am into the throwback stuff.
The only way a throwback works for me is Old Negro League. I think the team has to be gone before, but anyone wearing like an old Bucks orange jersey, to me that's just ridiculous. Doesn't look throwback, it looks old.
But I was wearing my old Whalers jersey that I've had since a kid. I mean, is that in?
You were that fat as a kid?
Yes.
Were you really enormous?
Well, no, that jersey was bigger on me a long time ago.
Yeah, because you had to cut the sleeves off.
I did not.
I did not.
It looks like
that's a lie, everyone.
Doesn't it seem like all of Graz's shirts are like when he was a kid?
Are tight?
They're all very small. Yeah.
Yeah, they are, and God forbid that he's not wearing a shirt that doesn't support something. What is this? This is a band no one's ever heard of?
Yeah, this band, all they do is play songs about hockey, and I've been a fan of theirs for years, and I joined them on their road crew for their Canadian tour, so I'm kind of...
The Zambonis.
Yeah, the Zambonis.
And now, how well do they draw?
We filled up Connolly's pretty well. There's probably about 75 people in that little tiny club down on 45th. So.
Yeah. All right, so take that in half, and this is a tour that is drawing 40 people.
Well, that was a one-off gig. They don't tour that often.
They can't tour that often.
They have day jobs.
Yes. It's not that we've decided to stay off the road. The road does not welcome the Zambonis. It really does bother me that people cannot do something anymore that's just on their own. They have to be affiliated with something bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And something mightier than themselves. Earl wears the Yankees hat like he's part of a proud tradition. But his tradition is just in fandom, nothing else. The same with the fact of you and your hockey. You don't love hockey so much that you play.
I used to.
When you were 12.
Yeah.
But you're an adult now.
Goalie.
It's time for you to move on to adult things. And I really get annoyed when people will support things that don't deserve their support, like a brand, like wearing a telephone on brand name on their shirt. Or a soda.
Tide.
Yeah.
I've seen people wear Tide shirts, and I'm like, why are you wearing it? It doesn't make sense.
All right, and that is, it's almost got to the point of this. It's almost like who you like or what you like defines you in America now. It's not so much about your own personality, but people will now define you by what kind of movies you like, what kind of sports teams you like, what kind of bands you like. That's what defines you in America. True or false?
I say true. I know that I'm defined by like a lot of my friends as, you know, a Pearl Jam and Guns N' Roses fan.
I define you as a maniac that fucking gets too drunk and sings in a thing. I do not. The fact that you go, all right, Guns N' Roses is my band, and I'm going to hold on to that. I see that more as weakness than I do anything about your own personality. Earl, where are you on this? Do you think that's the way it is in America right now?
I don't think so. I think people will kind of go wherever it goes. Like NBA throwback jerseys were in style. Everybody wore an NBA throwback jersey before.
But again, that is what I'm talking about. If you follow a style, you're saying what you like defines me. I can't be anything about me in particular, but it's what agenda I've... there's nothing more defining in this country, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. Mm-hmm. If somebody comes to you and says, I'm a Republican, you immediately put them in a fucking box. Immediately.
Yeah, I know it's difficult for me to be friends.
And isn't almost even like saying I'm a Christian now? There are so many people, and I was just reading this article the other day, they now say, I'm a follower of Christ, or I'm a believer in Christ, instead of calling themselves Christian, because they hate being fucking thrown in with the religious right. That's how far we've gone with branding. That we're not only branding products, but we brand ourselves by the products that we like. I noticed this in the stores right now. You can't get any kind of water anymore except for this vitamin water that's taken off so big. What's the name of that mineral water? The one that comes in different colors?
The it starts with a G.
Glasso.
Glasso.
Is that the one that...
They make it with the vitamin water with the different flavors.
With the different flavors. And waters have been out forever, and in no time at all, this is the only water that you see in the markets. This is the only water. And it's hanging up, and people are like, yeah, this is the can of water I drink. I'm like, why are you so excited by your water?
Well, that's like years ago with the Evian craze in the 90s.
Yeah, you had to say, all I drink is Evian water. It never... It's the oddest thing. People identify so much with whatever products that are out there. 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. Alan, you're on the Ron and Fez show today.
Hey, buddies, what's up?
Yeah.
As far as people branding themselves, you also got society as a whole that brands people for what they wear, because if you remember back a few years ago, there was a lot of schools, a lot of high schools in particular, where you couldn't wear Oakland Raiders jerseys because they attributed to gangs. All the gangs wore Oakland Raiders jerseys.
I think that was when they were the L.A. Raiders. That took off there for a while. That it became L.A. Raider gear more than Oakland Raider gear.
Yeah. And if you noticed, a lot of those guys would match a Raider shirt with an L.A. Kings hat.
So you love pushing the L.A. You love the hat shirt thing. No matter what's happening, you want to get back to that.
Well, it was all black and gray. So.
Dennis, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Yes.
I got to first start off telling you, I heard that Carlos Mencia interview you had.
Yes.
Effing brilliant, man.
Thank you very much.
You are the best interviewer on the radio, hands down.
Well,
ever.
Do not say that until you hear the Robert Klein one.
Come on.
I took shit over the Robert Klein one. He was a little rambly, Beanie was. You disagree, though, Dave?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was interesting, and I thought he had fantastic insights about other people in that business that you would not get from anyone.
I know. We're going to tighten it up. Before we play it, because we went 77 minutes with it. I think we only do an hour.
Wow.
And I think there's 17 minutes of what I consider Beanie talk in there. And I think it was the early things of dementia. Early stages.
Oh.
I can see it in his eyes when he would get lost a couple times.
Well, if you're going to say that, then I know that Beanie suffers from that a little bit. I mean,
not even a little bit. And so do you when you're 30. But I can see it in your eyes. You're lost. You don't know what you're saying.
It's just something that you just every time something comes up, you just go on a tangent of another thing. It has nothing to do with the story.
Dennis, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't mean to sidetrack you, but I wanted to call Dave out real quick. His philosophy is as long as you're wearing the same city, it's okay. Hey, Dave, can I wear a New York City Mets hat and a New York City Yankees jersey?
Oh,
I would look like a retard.
Oh, no.
You mean
can't
common sports?
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that. You if you're going to double up on teams, you can't choose
You're
rivals.
saying Cubs and Bears. You can
Exactly. Yeah, I'm saying Cubs, yes.
Well, what about in the case of Fez? Because he was the mother of the Barber twins, he would wear that half Giants, half Bucks jersey. That would get him on ESPN every. Oh, he won't root against one of the twins, so he made this shirt special. We're talking about the stupid branding that goes on here, and the way we all do this. We judge people by the things that they like. If someone says to you, "I'm a country music fan," or "I'm even a fan of American Idol," you fucking kind of immediately judge them on every other aspect of their life.
Yeah.
And I know there's people who, if they like shitty fucking movies, and I'm at a party, and they'll go to me, and I've had it happen, I swear to God, where someone will go, "Hey, did you see Transformers? That kicked real ass." I literally will go, "No, I haven't seen it," and fucking turn around and walk away from them and think, I've got to find someone else to talk to. And I will put my entire outlook on the way they think about things just on Transformers. And that actually came up in the Carlos Mencia interview on Unmasked, where he said he loved Transformers, and then it broke his hearts to see the critics shit all over it. And I went, yeah, you love Transformers. Great. All right, tells me everything I need to know, Carlos. Thank you for being your mask is off. Now get the fuck out of here. No, I didn't do that, but honestly, I did feel like, okay, he's the type of guy who likes Transformers.
Yeah. I can judge people sometimes by the shows they watch. I know when someone says, like, I'm a fan of Prison Break, I just get uncomfortable almost.
Right. It's very, because you're like, how could anyone sit there for an hour and watch fucking Prison Break? Well, how could I be a fan of that person? Hey, Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
NASCAR and NASCAR fans have got to be the worst branding whores that there is. I mean, they make car models that have the Intimidator on them. I mean, if you see someone, I've actually seen someone with a number 8 hat on, drinking a Coors, and saw a girl go up and say, "How could you not be drinking a Budweiser when you're wearing a Dale Jr.?"
Yeah, it's they love the branding in NASCAR. My uncle is a giant NASCAR fan, and would do one of the things where he would travel. He didn't care, just following around like they were the Grateful Dead. And he would tell me this, like, and he would pick out a route. He goes, "You go past his trailer, filled with shirts. Now, would you go past Dale Jr.'s trailer?" And then he would fight. He was a big Dale Jr. guy, right? And I'm like, it matters to you who sells the most T-shirts? And it would make him feel proud if he saw his guy's merch table fucking with a long line and the other merch table not doing well. That is fucking weird. And yet, acceptable in our thing today. There is no such term anymore as sellout. We don't ever use sellout as a fucking bad term anymore. Peter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I think this whole notion of branding is just really a chance for us to try and belong to something. It's all this disconnect that we've got in society. There's no real authentic relationships, people feel like, and they just want a sense that they belong to something.
But you do not, right? You know that by wearing a band's T-shirt, you haven't joined a tribe. You know you're still on your own, correct?
You're telling me that since I have the Fez Whatley has a posse shirt that I don't actually belong to the posse?
I will tell you this. Not only do you not belong to a real posse, but the guy who the posse's about despises those shirts.
I don't condone that at all.
Although when I was in Chicago, I saw that guy with a Fez Whatley posse shirt, and I was ecstatic.
I hate that.
That was my favorite. I had to go over and take a picture with him. And I just sent it to Fez. Knowing that I like knowing that certain shirts hurt him. That's the thing that I get to in there. Here is Dennis. Dennis Sherman and Fez.
Hi, buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, just to concur with the earlier caller, to go a little farther, we Americans, we don't have a common culture, so we're just like chimps. We're a tribal species.
No, I disagree. I think we do have the common culture of following corporations.
Oh, absolutely.
Following
that's
fucking
what's
commercials.
become our common culture, absolutely.
The consumer culture. The fact that after 9/11, the president said, please get behind the country and spend money. Go shopping. Go to the mall. That is what our culture is built on. The fact that we consume, use credit cards. Our credit card debt in this country is ridiculous. And yet, that is a point of pride for people. What kind of card they have.
I mean, that's like, I work over at Apple. If you don't have the right iPod, people look at you funny. Even if you don't have an iPod. And you can see this stuff all the time.
Well, that Apple's fucking great at branding, where they, as soon as the product comes out, say, hip one, what do you have to have? The next product has to come out. Look at the Madden games that come out every year now for what, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years?
Yeah.
The new one comes out. Sometimes they're not only that different, they're worse than the years before, and yet I go out and buy it.
Yeah, they don't.
I've gotten the Madden game every year, and I'm like, wait, I can't even pick my own stadium anymore? But I still fucking get it, even though it's not better than the one before. I don't, you just feel like the new one's out. I got to go get it.
You have to try. I mean, though these things, it's like, if your favorite band comes out with a new album, you go out and get it, but unfortunately we're getting these products.
Okay, yeah. It's one thing to say I love an artist and I'm going to follow him through thick and thin. When you say I love a product and I'm going to follow it through thick and thin, you're out of your mind. Now, I told you guys that recently I've started shopping a little bit, which I've never done before. I picked up the different flavored Cheerios. Now I know they're fucking Fruit Loops. In a million years, if anyone else would have brought it home, I'd go, this is fucking crazy. I don't want that. And yet then I went, wait a minute, it comes in all different flavors like Fruit Loops. What is a Cheerio? And that's what fucks you up. You are a goddamn victim.
I know, I'll try out any Coke product till the end of time.
Now, the funny thing is, it wasn't all that long ago, maybe 20 years ago, they would panic about putting Coke on anything. They're like, we cannot fuck up the Coke brand. They found out people don't care. They would rather that you say, oh, we have new rat piss flavored Coke. They'll sell so much of it and then just do away with it. But it won't affect the way people feel about classic Coke.
Yeah.
All this stuff has been, figured out and taken care of. Here's Bruce. Bruce, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, I was just going to say, you said people don't use the word sellout as a bad term anymore. I think that's because selling out is the new American dream.
Well, obviously, and really, it was I think the hip-hop generation that made that okay. That the rappers immediately went, and we have a new perfume. As if there would be any fucking way in the world that 50 Cent could come up with a fragrance that means anything more than his fucking, name. But at that point on, then the rock people were able to follow through. Do you agree or disagree with that, Earl?
Well, absolutely. At first, when MC Hammer did it, they killed him for it, but then they gave it a new term. They called it brand extension. They just said, we're just expanding
that was a fucking, a Madison Avenue term, not a fucking rock term.
No, but the hip-hop guys were like, hey, we're just expanding. They started using the term brand extension. We're expanding.
Yes, you know why they said that? Because the marketers explained that to them, and then they repeated it back. Don't fucking sit around for a second and think Snoop Dogg came up with the possibilities of brand extension. He just understood that if he sold his name one more time, it would be fine. And he doesn't give a shit what these products are. How could you? You don't. I love the fact that any of these guys that Puff Daddy can say, I'm a designer, Are you really? Well, do me a favor. Let me see you draw the jacket, cut out the pattern, and sew it. You're not a fucking designer. You sign your name to shit. You say, I like the color blue. I'd like to see a jacket and that, and they bring it to you. That doesn't mean fucking shit. It doesn't make you a designer. Yet for some reason, he'll be called a designer by everybody. When everyone knows he ain't a fucking designer. Any more than he's a goddamn record producer. He's not doing any of this shit. Or that he wrote a book. None of this is happening. We're all batshit insane. What we let people get away saying they do.
It's not fair, though, that...
You act like these people are Benjamin Franklin, where they can go work in many fields. Benjamin Franklin actually did that. He didn't think, all right, I'll sign my name to something else.
Let's see P. Diddy try to invent a lightning rod.
Why do you call him P. Diddy? That fucking frustrates me. I'm calling him Sean Combs, and that's it.
It really is time for another name change there.
Here's Snoogans. You're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Ever since I saw that website, I actually started taking all my old jerseys out of the closet to wear, hoping that I would make it on there. I don't know. Every time I wear one...
Well, why don't you just have a chick take a picture of you and send it there? Don't hope that one of their reporters catch you.
You can't do that. It has to be a candid shot. You can't send one of just you taking a picture of yourself.
Now, I know you're a guy that the sports thing matters to. Do you believe in mismatching the hat and jersey?
No, I wear a Rutgers hat all the time, and I wear it with multiple other team shirts. Anything. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter to you. That drives you crazy?
It's so annoying to me. I mean, I've been leaving the house like in a Buccaneers t-shirt and realize I have a Notre Dame hat on, and will run back to my apartment so that I'm not humiliated on the street.
You should be humiliated if you're wearing a fucking Notre Dame shirt with a fucking diamond jacket. You should be humiliated. I look like shit with this losing team on. We live in a society now where somehow USF is the number 2 school. We're supposed to believe that.
Yes.
They are this year's Rutgers. A bunch of bullshit that you can bitch about all you want. They can't be there at the end of the year. They don't belong there.
Yeah, right now, if they were having the national championship game, it would be Ohio State versus South Florida.
It'll be a 77-0 game.
If they ever needed a tournament more, it's this year. This year is the shining example to have a tournament.
Every year is the fucking shining example.
But I mean, this year there is just no clear standout college football team. For the love of Jesus, invent a tournament. That's all.
They're making tons of money without a tournament. They don't give a shit. Until people start to turn off the games and stay away, they won't have a tournament. What you really need to do, because we brought it up before, it all comes down to money, you've got to say, we're not watching it until there's a tournament.
I'm going to do that this year, I think. Because
Get a website started.
Okay. Why can't you just have, like, for instance, the semifinals or the quarterfinals be called the Tostita Bowl and the Orange Bowl? And then, you move it. You call each individual playoff game the bowl.
Because they now sell them as these are possible championship games that somebody can, that they mean something.
Right.
When the Rose Bowl doesn't even mean the Rose Bowl anymore.
No.
It's nothing.
No, of course, because...
But they all want to play on January fucking 1st or 2nd, whichever that happens to fall. It used to have to be the 1st. Now they're like, or whatever, 3rd. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, now the title game's always a week later on the 7th or 8th or whatever.
Yeah, it's late.
I mean, that's the other thing with a tournament. How long would college football season last? I figure they'd be playing in the...
What about pro football?
Exactly.
I mean, the fact is, all you've got to do, take 2 fucking games off their schedule and go into the tournament. That's all you got to do.
That's it. It can be done.
Obviously, it can be done if you really cared.
Yeah, and plus, they take a month off from their last game of the season until their bowl game anyway. So it's so...
Yeah, but you can't play forever. I mean, the kids will be hurt. At some point, you got to say to yourself, the kids can only play X amount of games.
Fuck
but
the
kids.
Do it.
Fuck the kids.
No, but
nice.
you know what
Let's
I mean.
have that fucking conversation.
Yeah, especially since they don't get paid for any of this.
But what I'm saying is, I didn't mean fuck the kids. I'm just saying...
Yeah, you did say that.
I am saying...
And that's what keeps you off ESPN. That and IQ.
I knew there was something else. But there's a way to make it done, and it will be bigger than March Madness. It probably will be bigger than the World Series. I think if they did a tournament, it'll be the second biggest thing compared to probably the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I think they might be able to beat the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I honestly think they would have an opportunity to beat the Super Bowl.
I mean, it would be gigantic. It would be a ton bigger than any NBA playoffs, than any hockey playoffs. So you're talking about the best ratings of any sport.
Now, Fez, do you believe, even you're a Tampa Bay guy, do you believe USF is the number 2 team this year?
I can't believe it. It's if you watch a USF game,
so no sense in setting up that USF Rutgers fucking thing.
Oh, they could destroy Rutgers.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think so.
Earl, where are you on this? Does it drive you crazy?
Oh yeah, the whole USF thing.
Last year Rutgers made me sick, and this year USF makes me sick.
Well, wait a second. Rutgers, they've had a couple bad games, but they're still a program on the rise.
Yeah, they're on the rise, but last year they didn't deserve the high ranking that they had, and the losses at the end of the season showed that. And I know that they're doing better. I know all these, we used to complain about, Notre Dame and Ohio State and USC are football factories.
Yeah.
Now, we've got like fucking 30, 40 football factories.
Yeah, I know.
There are so many fucking teams out there now where suddenly you can jump into. When did USF start their program? 10 years ago?
Yep, 10 years ago this season.
And within 10 years, you're going to have the number 2 ranked fucking team?
Wow.
Where William and Mary still can't crack the top 20 after all these years?
I think Rutgers is a better team than USF.
Nebraska had the worst home loss, in I think 50 years, and USF is ranked number 2. Hey, Pat, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, I think a brand that still holds you in a special group and pride of ownership is owning a Harley Davidson.
Well, Harley Davidson, right now, if you own one, it means one thing. You have gray hair. When I was a kid, there was nothing scarier than a guy riding a Harley Davidson. Today, if you're riding a Harley Davidson, you're somebody's grandfather. No kids ride them, right?
No.
You will not see that.
Nope.
It basically should be called classic rock.
Yeah, they all have,
I ride around on a classic rock.
That they're all about Kawasaki's and Mitsubishis now.
Well, I think that's changing in Nebraska, so...
Well, you may not have anything in Nebraska. Since you don't even have a football team. But I think we agree there that you don't see young people with Harley Davidsons.
Not anymore.
No, I think you're more likely to see them on a Norton or a Triumph, like a British bike.
Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, boys? BAC 12804.
Hooah!
Hey, the biggest brand extension faggot and who was never good to begin with is Donald Trump.
Well, he will pin the Trump name on anything except for people aren't asking for it since the TV show stopped doing so well. Remember there for a while he was on any product. Vodka, ice. I think they all tubed out. I don't know.
Yeah.
How are the steaks selling?
His new show is not good at all. He's in charge of the new show on MTV called Pageant.
I haven't even heard of this.
Yeah, and he gets, he has like the Miss Universe from Japan and the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA all living in the same house. And he brought back Sarah Connor, the Miss USA who was disgraced.
All right, let's get back to the other topic. Do we judge people by what they like? Not what they are like, but what they like, what they enjoy. A friend of ours, Casey, says, I know when someone plays internet mafia games, I know I have nothing else to say to them. Would you judge people, let's say if they were a LARPer, and say, okay, that's all you would have to know, you'd have nothing in common with them?
Yes,
Dave?
I would judge them.
Fez?
I would totally judge them.
Earl?
Absolutely would judge
Isn't that
them.
weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that the strangest thing in the world that you can think of? All right, let's throw this out here. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Right or wrong, what do you judge people as? What do you say, if I just find out this one thing about them, I would judge them? Now, for me personally, I think if someone still backs W, I would feel Like, I could not have an open conversation with them. And that's wrong to be that way. If anything, you should spend your life talking to people who have opposite views, because they're the ones that you can learn something from. Yet at this point in time, I think I would judge somebody who's like, who would even make the statement, our country right or wrong. Mm-hmm. I think that would bring me down.
I judge people who are fans of Jay Leno. I know that. I just go, I'm off.
You're done if they say, I watch the Tonight Show, not Letterman.
I am done. And I know I'm judging them, but I do it anyway.
By the way, this just came out in the paper. I believe it was today. As Conan moves, he is moving to L.A., taking the show out there, but they're shit-canning Burbank. The Tonight Show will leave Burbank and move on the other side of the mountain to, I guess, Universal Studios.
Oh, wow. And then they were also talking about Leno may do a deal with ABC.
So after all these years, Tonight Show out of Burbank.
Wow.
That's one of the, few kind of things that L.A., well, the only one that Burbank has the name Burbank never even got said.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just like a little suburban place on the other side of the hill.
Why? I mean, that's like going to Yankee Stadium, I would think. I mean, why even go out to California if you're going to move out of Burbank?
Well, a lot of people are heading that city walk, so it makes sense to find more people out there.
That's the main thing about it, right? That's where people are going. That would be something that would push the Universal thing. Why push a little studio? Which, by the way, it looks like any suburban place. Nate, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't talk to anyone who is a born-again Christian. Conversation ender right away.
If they say the term, I'm a born-again Christian, you judge them, Fez?
Totally, yes.
Really?
Yep.
Earl?
Yeah, I would judge them.
Even though you're a Christian?
Even though I'm a Christian. But I would judge them, not necessarily in a bad way. I would be open to listening to what their story is.
All right, so you're saying just the opposite. You would be more positive towards them.
Yeah.
But you'd still put them in a block.
Yeah, I would still put them in a box.
Yeah. Dave?
Yes, I would judge him. I'd get skeeved out by him.
So you would not hang out with him, Fez? You would not hang out?
I would not hang out, yeah. Totally negative.
Graz?
I probably also would not hang out with them just because it.
All right, what about this? Somebody in a program just got out of rehab. Would you judge him?
Don't judge him.
Dave?
No, I wouldn't judge him.
Earl?
No, I wouldn't judge him, but...
Graz?
No, it's a situation where they're trying to better themselves.
Why wouldn't being a born-again Christian mean you're trying to better yourself?
Because
you're trying to find your spirituality.
Because born-again Christians, to me, often seem like they're going to judge you, and they're going to try and convert you and tell you what you're doing wrong, whereas people about
you don't think people that are in AA don't try to fucking talk you into...
I know there's some, Mr. Bennington, but I think a lot of people who... Maybe I'm wrong, but people come out of rehab are just trying to take care of themselves.
James, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, thing is tattoos. I see tattoos, and I automatically equate that with stupid, and I don't know why.
Well, right now I think more Americans have tattoos than are not tattooed. But I do think, if a guy has a sleeve of tattoos, he gets a certain judgment. You never see a guy with a sleeve of tattoos and think there's a well-educated guy.
No, that's true.
And then, let's face it, if a girl has a back tattoo, lower back, you think to yourself she wants to be fucked. You think that whether you want to or not. Here's Brad. Brad, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. I'm a hunter, and that's perfectly normal here in Idaho. But if I was where you guys are at, I'm sure I'd be judged harshly for that.
All right, well, let me ask you this. In Idaho, do people judge you if you don't hunt?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, they kind of look at you a little, as less manly maybe if you don't, go hunting during hunting season. But,
so it still is a judgment call, no matter where we're talking about, whether it's, and that's the thing, like we said, you guys said you would judge a born-again Christian. Mm-hmm. At the same time, you're being judged by born-again Christians.
Yes. That's the uncomfortable part about it.
All right, thanks a lot, Brad. Talk to you later. Here's George. George, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, animal activists. They're the same vein like the born-again Christians. They judge you and just tell you what you're doing wrong and how you should live your life.
So you would judge somebody by saying I'm a member of PETA, or would you judge somebody if they said I'm a vegan?
Not so much if they're vegan, but most of the people that are members of PETA, they right off the bat, they get right in your face and they tell you that you're wrong and they're right, and there's no discussion in there.
See,
it's just an absolute.
I'm not sure that in real life I've met too many people that were in PETA. I know that they have this reputation of people that, complain all the time. And I think it's most of the time, if you do see them, is because they happen to be camped outside of someplace. Yeah. I don't know if in their private life they're yelling at people for,
I work with animals, and if they just come up to you right off the bat and tell you, I've been working with animals.
What do you do?
I've been working with animals. I work at a zoo. I take care of the animals, and as soon as they hear that, they go right into their whole spiel.
All right, so yeah, you have your own reason to be prejudiced because you're on the other side of that line. So
I try to have an open discussion with them, and they will not. They will not. There's no give and take in the discussion. It's their way, no matter what. No matter how long I've been doing it, if they've been an activist for a week, they're 100% right, and they just shout rhetoric at you.
Now, George, is there something at the zoo that hurts animals?
No, they're just against it as a concept. They want animals to be completely removed from human society.
Right.
They want the total liberation of them. That's the reason why they don't want them in restaurants as food or clothing, all that stuff.
Now, why do you think zoos are a good idea?
Well, because they expose the people to the animals that they wouldn't see. It actually helps to show the people to get interested in the wild animals.
You know what? Yeah, that is very, very true. I remember being a little kid thinking I would never have the opportunity to hit a hippo with a peanut if it hadn't been for this Philadelphia Zoo. Thank you very much, George. Because, growing up in Philly, you're not going to run into a lot of hippos. And to knock a peanut off the snout of one was just very thrilling for me as a youngster. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the only thing that I coach a college team, okay? And so I see a bunch of young kids all the time, and the only thing that I really judge about is music. If I see these kids coming in with their emo shirts and their, that kind of stuff, I can't deal with them. I can't do it.
Now, what music do you personally like?
Well, see, that's the thing. I kind of run the gamut of everything. I listen to country music, I listen to hip-hop, I listen to punk music, and I listen to metal. But I just, to me, the emo thing right now is the NSYNC of the 90s. It's the, give it a name, whatever it is.
Right, I understand that, but at the same time, kids need something to call their own. So even if you're out trying to tell a 14-year-old girl that Britney Spears blows or whatever, what fucking good does that do? The point is, what does it do if someone gets pleasure from something? Why is it so important for you to say the thing that they get pleasure from stinks? And yet we all do this. I do it my fucking self. I'm not saying I stand above it. Now, Fez, you're a guy, you're not generally moved by music?
No, I do not. There's never a time where I'm like, I'm just going to put on a CD.
Now, do you get annoyed when we start to talk about music?
No, and in fact, I get jealous because I wish I had that passion for it. That, when I hear people talk about a great album or a great band, someone that they're really into.
Do you hear it? Have you ever listened to an album and thought this is great, or like that other people say? Let's say if Dave gave you his favorite fucking album, you've never heard it before.
Someone has to give it to me first.
Okay.
And recommend it. Yeah.
You get it? And you're just not getting any pleasure from it?
No, I don't. I get very little pleasure from it, and I notice this too. Lyrics go right past me. Like I hear the tune, but I don't hear a word anyone sings. I don't, take that in at all.
Vocals don't affect you in any way.
I've seen you singing along with songs.
Yeah.
Do you know, does it occur to you that those words have meanings, or you don't even sit around and think?
I don't even think about it. The words don't affect me enough to think about what this person's trying to sing about or say.
Ever?
ever.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's really interesting.
It just there is no. It's like it bounces off of my brain.
I mean, I don't want to be insulting here, but that's kind of like the way a child might be able to really.
I disagree.
They'll hone in on the music. I think
when I was a little kid, I was really moved by lyrics.
All my
moved by them?
Yes,
as a kid,
as a little kid, yeah.
All my nieces sing songs word for word.
No, I'm not saying that they won't understand. I'm not saying that they won't have the ability to remember the words. I'm saying that they won't have the ability to be moved by the words.
Oh no, I think when I was little, Earl, I'll throw you in on this too because I know you like music. Did you care about lyrics when you were a little kid?
It was the first thing that stood out with me. One of my earliest memories ever was hearing Long Tall Sally by Little Richard.
Yeah.
And laughing my ass off when I heard the line bald-headed Sally. The idea of a bald-headed woman made me laugh.
So you were stupid. Bald-headed Sally. I remember that, Pearl Jam covered this song, which was the Where Can My Baby Be song.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Last Kiss.
Last Kiss. And I remember being a little kid and just being like, oh my God, she's dead. He lost his chick. And I was little.
Wow.
And I was crushed by it. I was absolutely crushed by it. I think little kids can get moved by. Well, I have a nephew who certain songs he can't even hear. He's 4 years old. And they have to, and I don't know if that just like tonality gets to him, but there's certain things that he's so sentimental that they'll have to quick turn the fucking radio because he'll burst into fucking tears.
See, like I just remember when I was a kid, I knew every line to say Piano Man, and had no understanding that that's supposed to be a sad song.
But you were brain dead as a child. I mean, seriously, I know that you don't get this at all.
Yeah,
but that had a lot to do with your life.
Could have been, maybe.
Yeah. By the way, Casey says, if someone told me that they wear black every fucking day, I would probably stop the conversation.
Oh, jeez.
I was talking, your chick is a lot funnier than you are. And yet she won't come in here and grab a mic. I discussed this with her the other night. I think she's absolutely really funny, the stuff she writes.
Well,
and yet you're a dope who has nothing to say, and you have pushed Fez off the show today. As for whatever reason has Graz, so I don't even know what the hell's going on. Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Fez.
Is that Tom?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, sir. How you doing, boys?
What can we do for you?
One thing that skeeves me out is the other guys that don't watch sports. I'll ask my wife before we go out on like a double date. I'll be like, listen, does he like anything, sports or anything? And guys that just aren't into it at all, know nothing about football, baseball, anything. It's just tough to have a conversation with. Not that I'm an idiot, but it's just something that I like.
Yeah, because I can see how ridiculous sports are, and I am like a natural sports fan, but the business of sports and the constant bullshit of the sports merchandising business, fantasy sports, sports talk radio, ESPN, it has turned me off a little bit, sports, to where I normally would be.
Yeah, I agree with that caller. If someone says they don't like sports, I pretty much distance myself from them.
Well, what do you say a guy like Fez again? He has one sport.
I'm okay with that because I do have some friends who only have one sport.
But they have to have that. What if a guy goes, well, I can follow extreme sports. I'm more about skateboarding. I mean, do you think it's odd that you don't follow skateboarding? And
yeah.
That draws people, and that...
I would most likely wouldn't be friends with him.
I mean, I disagree with this. I'd love to find out what else they do. I think there's definitely more than sports, especially when talking to people as a music.
But you're gay, and you're looking to me cock, where most guys aren't. Most guys aren't that. So you go, what do you do on Sundays instead of watching? But if you take a guy like Quentin Tarantino, he's going... Why do people bitch at me for making a 3.5-hour movie, and yet you could sit there and watch a 5-hour baseball game, and there's nothing duller? He hates organized sports, and he's one of your favorite people in the world.
Yeah, I disagree with him, and I guess I can appreciate him as an artist, but I probably wouldn't be friends with Mr. Tarantino.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be able to go to the pub and hang out with him.
Eddie Vedder, same way.
Eddie doesn't know. Eddie's a huge basketball fan, Mr. Bennington.
Only basketball, he says. He says he hates Yankees baseball.
He said he hates the Yankees?
Yeah,
specifically.
despises them.
Didn't he sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at a Cubs game once?
He had to promote. They all. Are you telling me everyone who goes to the Cubs and fucking sings "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" is a Cubs fan?
No.
Jesus Christ.
But I do know that, like, for instance, my one friend who only likes pro football, I'll be a lot more friends with him during football season.
And then have nothing with him.
We don't talk in spring or summer.
Interesting. Look at this. I got a lot of people emailing me about this. You found a baby you really loved over the weekend, huh?
Yes, I did.
Who was it?
It was Beer Bandit from ronfez.net. He happened to be at the same party I was at, and he has a child along with his beautiful wife, and I held it and played with it and sang some songs to it as well.
I heard from a lot of people about that. Yeah, a lot of people said that you were enamored and they were nervous. You were thinking, well, that you were going to hurt the child.
You drop a lot of things.
Give me something for the odds, would you, Earl? Thank you. Stoner, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I've always had, like, Fez. It's always irritated the heck out of me because when I listen to music, I'll know the song, but I can't, as soon as the song goes off, I can't remember the lyrics. I can't even remember the song. I've never been able to memorize the song. I don't know what.
So you'd never be able to just start singing along with the song. Well, Fez's thing, I find to be fascinating. I don't know if I've ever heard this before, because we've talked about this. You don't like music.
Yeah, not into it.
And the fact that you don't know what they're singing about. So Bob Dylan to you just sounds like, you know.
Yeah, it's like I can't pay attention to it. Like if like a lecture in class or something, you know, and someone's talked, and I haven't listened to a word they said. That's what happens to me when I hear a song.
I don't understand it. You couldn't then follow a lecture. Can you follow a movie?
Yeah, I can follow a movie.
But do you know what the themes of that film are about?
I think for the most part, yeah. Yeah, I can. The movie I can do it to. Music I can't.
The things that I say in here, do they confuse you or do you follow me?
Most of the time I follow you. I won't say every time.
Well, what about like instrumental music, like Chuck Mangione or Herb Alpert or anything like that?
Anyone who sits there and is moved by Chuck Mangione should be wearing a fucking Stromboli shirt or whatever that thing is.
Well, I know on the...
You like jazz, was what he's trying to say before he threw it into Chuck Mangione and Herb Alpert out of the entire history of jazz. Well, this is very interesting, too. I've noticed that there is a certain percentage of Americans who do not believe that people like jazz or classical music or opera. They think they only act like they do to appear snooty. And I had people say this to me before. Well, they think they're all snooty listening to their music. And I go, you think the people that are moved by classical music don't really mean it? And they're acting like, no, they just want to act like they're better than everyone else. Mm-hmm. And that cracks me up. That you think anyone would take the time to put on music, go leave their house, go out and sit somewhere, and not really enjoy it, but only be trying to be thought of as smart.
Actually, I agree with that. I mean, I do. I can't see how people can appreciate opera. I think it's the same thing like, you know, when someone says they truly like caviar, they don't. They're just trying to pretend that they're this rich, elitist, you know, in-the-know type of person. No one can like opera for 4.5 hours of that. There's no melody.
Well, you don't have to be elitist. For fucking $12, you can buy yourself an opera fucking record. It's not an elite thing. It's no more elite than being a Pearl Jam fan.
Right, but there's that perception that you're superior because you like opera.
Whose perception is that?
I think it's my perception. It's a lot of people's perception. Oh, he likes the opera, so he's more refined than me. And I think that's the way people feel. And I see that. And I don't think most people probably do appreciate opera. Not at all.
Earl, what do you think about that? Do you think people like jazz?
No, I don't think people like jazz, Mr. Bennington. It's not straightforward. There's just crazy notes all over the place. You know, I'll criticize the Grateful Dead for being the same way. They don't know how to follow a tune. I don't think people really like jazz. They're just trying to make themselves look cooler.
So, Dave, you've never been moved by like a John Coltrane record or Miles Davis doing My Funny Valentine? Or,
No,
it doesn't move you at all. I mean, to me, that's more soulful than anything that anyone could sing.
And I got news for you. I have never been like an opera guy, but I went to is it La Boheme? Is that the way it's pronounced?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it was pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I went to Times Square. They had the Met Opera live in Times Square on the video board, and that was really great that night.
So you want to brag to us about standing in the middle of Times Square watching a fucking video board?
Yes. No.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of that maybe you've never had it at a certain age brought to you. You know what I mean? A lot of people who like jazz like it because their father spent time. Same with opera. It's a lot of childhood things. Well, we talk about this with Fez. A lot of times he goes, I love this song. It's normally because we used to play it on whatever radio station we were at. That is a period of his life that he was really enjoying. Mm-hmm. So stuff like Sweet Child of Mine, who always say, I love this song. But, the fucking Ron and Ron show was blowing up at the time. And that was almost like a theme song to that,
Yeah. I love that song, but not enough, to go get the Use Your Illusion CDs or anything.
Well, that's not what it's on anyway. So why would you even try to make it tougher on yourself? And why would you pick radio? And you didn't even pick talk radio.
No. I just I just like the aspect of radio where it's like you could go on and you could be funny and no one would see you. I like the intimacy of it.
Here is our friend the Blowhard. Hello, Blowhard.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I find Dave's argument ridiculous because, I'm an opera lover. I love opera. I grew up with it. My mother was a soprano. And when I go to the Met or City Opera, I buy a cheap seat. I don't feel elitist. I don't feel better than anybody else. In fact, I think it's more elitist to have Yankee season tickets than to
That is true. That's pretty corporate. That is a fucking elitist thing. You've got to. I mean, your parents are paying, what, $2,000 a seat?
Yeah.
For, what, 10 games? 12 games? 15 games?
I think it's more like 20 games.
20 games, so it's $4,000 of a family's. There's only 2 seats?
Yeah, I think the whole total package is $2,000.
Right, and I'm buying a $30 seat for the cheap seats at the City Opera or the Met. I mean, you want to talk about, like, just pretentiousness. That's more pretentious, because if you're not touched by any type of music, that's up to you. That's fine. But if you can hear a certain symphony, I mean, I love going to Avery Fisher Hall and seeing some classical, see New York Philharmonic. I like going to City Opera basically because it's inexpensive and it's casual. So it's not a matter of status. If you have to worry what people think about you, then you've got mental problems. You like what you like in this life, and if people are going to put you down for it, then you should really go get some help, because I just don't understand this whole discussion. It doesn't make a lot of sense, because if you're judging people over some stupid thing, if I say to you, hey, I like this, I like that, what does that say about how shallow you are that you're going to, dismiss somebody? Don't you want to engage people and see what they're really talking about and get the other side of the story? To dismiss people just on one stupid little thing, whether they're atheist or born again.
You hurt his feelings.
Blowhard.
You hurt his feelings.
I'm not done with Dave, because
and Blowhard,
Dave,
first of all, all right, let's go back. First of all, there's something different between liking NASCAR and being judged and religion being judged. Religion, people have judged since the beginning of time, and they've killed each other over religion, where now we only argue whether people like NASCAR. But to go back to this, Dave, a lot of part of this is that maybe you hate opera or even fear it because it hasn't been introduced to you properly to understand it, where Blowhard had that. And that happens with, foreign films, where people go, I hate a foreign film. It's very hard to get a foreign film released in this country. Yet, if somebody could show you the beauty and the different pacing and the way that you're picking up on other parts of the world, you'll end up enjoying it.
Okay, but let me say this. When I was 8, my parents did take me to the opera, and it was the only time in my life that I think I've ever gotten a migraine headache.
But I met your mom. She couldn't introduce you to fucking peanut butter and jelly. You had, you had a bad guide there.
I know, but if Blowhard...
Happy birthday.
Blowhard, if you're telling me that you actually walked down the sidewalk whistling an opera song, I find that extremely hard to believe.
Let's face it, Dave. Every cartoon we grew up to was based on operatic music.
What?
Think about that. Exactly.
I see much more show tunes in the Bugs Bunny cartoon than opera.
It doesn't matter. And 8 years old is a little too young for the opera. But you said before you don't want to waste 4 hours watching an opera. I defy you to go to the Met and watch some of the Ring cycle. You know, the Ring.
But here's the other thing, too. You bring up show tunes, and that is like a bastard child of the opera as well. That was like, considered penny operas and all in the day.
Well,
and
I don't mind show tunes
out there. There are really well-written, beautiful musicals. And you know what? Maybe you say, I don't want to go to Broadway. People will think bad of me. Who gives a shit what people think? I like show tunes. I like opera. I like the Ramones. I like Leo Sayer. I don't care. I like it. I like it. And that's the way it should be in this life, as opposed to worrying about what people are going to think about you. When you go to the record store and you have a guilty pleasure, do you hide it and don't tell people? You buy a CD and you're afraid to show your friends? I don't care what my friends think because I like something.
But there's no way you really like it, Blowhard. You're just telling people.
Why are you saying that he's fake? What are you basing that on?
I'm living on Sutton Place and I'm driving I have a limo. I sit up in the cheap seats. The music moves me. It's dramatic. It's what I like. I don't like all opera.
I think he likes to tell people that he watches opera,
my friends
and
are
that
all
makes
opera
him
buffs, and we sit around, with the opera glasses, saying, "Oh, can you pass the Grey Poupon? I'm going to go to the Met tonight."
Do you really? I think you're being sarcastic. You're being sarcastic.
I just don't appreciate that.
I listen to a lot of classical music because I find it very touching, and I find it very emotional. And the same with the opera. I really like the storylines. You go to City Opera, they have the super titles. You can read what's happening. You don't have to, you go to
That's what I did with La Boheme, and I fucking found it fascinating. It was really...
and these people are professional singers. It's professional staging. You're getting a live orchestra, and you're seeing some real beautiful things happening on that stage. So just to dismiss it as somebody who wants to be a snob, it's the same with jazz. I love classic jazz. I like a lot of modern jazz. I have Wynton Marsalis albums. But it's not to show off, because what am I showing off to? My friends, I couldn't drag 2 or 3 friends of mine to the opera.
But are you going to go to the opera this year?
I'm going to go, and I want to bring you, Ronnie.
I want to go. HTG wants to go with you also.
Perfect.
Why don't we do this?
What's your poison? You want to go some Italian? You want to go some German, some Wagner, whatever you want?
You know what? I want to stay away from the Wagner. I haven't gotten over World War II. I'm not going to lie to you about that.
We'll go to the Italian.
But I would like to go to the Italian. Maybe we'll go to have an Italian meal before or after, and we'll make a night out of it.
Perfect.
All right?
We start out, like you said, Bohème, Butterfly, the Rossini, we go see something like Pagliacci and, something basic for starters.
But I want to have better seats than you normally get.
Excuse me?
I want to get better seats than you normally get.
Oh, no.
Earl, why don't you
probably get better seats.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we have Earl put it together for us? Earl, that's something you can be a part of.
Perfect.
A night at the opera.
I would love to do that. It would totally rock. I mean...
You're not going, Earl.
Why can't I go?
I can't do that.
And then how about a night at the Lincoln Center Jazz? There's great jazz at Lincoln Center.
Yeah.
The only night at the opera I like is by Freddie Mercury and the Boys.
You don't even mention the Marx Brothers, you idiot.
The who?
The Marx Brothers who initially did that bit. Or the people not really like the Marx Brothers. They act like they're so hoity-toity they enjoy the Marx Brothers. All right, Blowhard. Talk to you later.
Enjoy what you like. Like what you like, because you are what you is, as Frank Zappa said.
Thank you.
Have a good...
You heard his feelings. You heard his feelings.
It's one note. One note.
What is?
What? They'll sing the same one note for like 2.5 minutes. That's like the big...
All right, you're not even making sense.
What opera is that? I've seen it. Because when I saw a special on Pavarotti, and they said he can hold a note for like 2.5 minutes. And who wants to hear?
Well, live you might want to see that. Just like I've seen fucking Robert Plant hold notes, and Freddie Mercury, the guy that you're bragging about, used to fucking hold notes all the time. The place would go crazy. All right, here is Arch. Arch, Ron and Fez.
Buddies, how are you?
Yeah.
Dave, are you ready? I'm going to break your bubble.
What?
The happy birthday song you sing with your mom?
Yeah.
Is from an operetta.
It's not. Happy birthday, happy birthday. It does sound like that. That is not operetta, my friend. That's good old-fashioned Irish folk singing.
What is it, Arch?
It's from The Merry Widow by Franz Lehar.
The Merry Widow by Franz Lehar. First of all, Arch, you are going into the big-ass prize closet.
Giddy up.
I want them to get one of each, because this was one of my favorite correction calls of all time. And the other thing, Arch, is I don't want you too lonely with that Ron and Fez line of the day. Since the book, I feel like a lot of my lines aren't making it. I'm starting to feel a little bad about this.
We're on it. We're on it.
All right, hold on, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
We do also want to say happy birthday to baby girl today. She turned her back on Anthony. She says, I'm with you, Ron and Fez. I'm tired of Anthony and him treating me like a sex object.
Welcome to where we treat people like people.
Even when we want those people to make out with Angel Fuck.
Sure. They're still people.
We like you as a person, but we like you even better when you do what we consider Baby Fuck 2007.
Kissing people. That's all.
People who kiss people. Casey says she wants to go to the night of the opera and leave Dave home to jerk off to his Rocky Horror soundtrack.
Thank you for that.
She's good.
Thanks, baby. Thanks a lot.
Sorry, I can't go to the opera, Mr. B. I gotta stay home and jerk off to Rocky Horror.
Yeah, it's great. Boy, oh boy.
Where's do the time warp again?
I love getting
strange
nailed by her.
Well, you know, you are what you eat. That's what you like to say. What blowhard, you mad and furious. He was ready to kill you.
Well, I just feel like he's being pretentious. That's not who Blowhard is. He likes hot dogs and Coney Island. I can't believe
he does. But he also likes opera. You're able to do more things. Just like a lot of people in the Northeast happen to like NASCAR. Even though people are acting like NASCAR, that's all down south. Just like there are some people in the Midwest and the South who are liberals. They're not all.
Yeah.
It's only the fucking media that points us as these things. Why aren't individuals just that, individuals?
I don't know.
Why are we all following a wave? Why do you want to be part of a fucking style? Why can't you be a guy who fucking shows up at the opera and huffs glue before you go in? What is wrong with that? Smoking a half a joint of angel dust and going in.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like that's what mixes with opera.
You love that Mozart music, that movie, though, right? Because Amadeus. We talked about
I love that.
before.
I love Amadeus.
So that's classical music. That's considered hoity-toity, and when it was presented to you properly, you could understand it. And I literally had to have the same thing done with Shakespeare. I didn't fucking really understand Shakespeare until I was much older.
Yeah.
And had it presented to me of, here's what the story's about. When I was a kid and they tried to give it to me, it fucking went all over me like Fez hearing a song. It would be like Fez hearing fucking the Beach Boys. It doesn't make any sense to my ears. But now, because it was presented, and by the way, if you want to see something, there's a thing, I think it's called Richard III, or Looking for Richard, with Al Pacino, as he's doing scenes from Richard III, and explaining them to us like you would to a child, because, our knowledge of Shakespeare is pretty childish. And one of the things that happens to us when you don't get something immediately, you tend to push it away. Mm-hmm. I think that happened to me when I was a kid with Shakespeare. I heard some words I never heard before. I didn't get it. The teacher says, come on, get it. I started to feel stupid. Then I was like, fuck you. It's all dumb. But then when I got older, it got exposed to me properly. And I swear to you, I don't get most of it. But what I get, I find to be just gorgeous. And I find it fascinating to watch.
Well, there's also something to be said with when you become an adult, your tastes change a little bit.
Maybe, and maybe it's just it has to be presented properly. That an 8th grade teacher is the worst person, or at least mine was, to expose me to it.
But do you think you would even really understand
You don't have to
Shakespeare
understand
at 14?
everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to understand everything of anything. All you've got to do is enjoy it. Just like if we go to the opera. We're not going to get it as much. Just like if I go to a fucking rock show, I'm not going to be able to understand it as much as a professional drummer. I'm sure if Mikey Background is hearing things at a fucking rock show that I do not pick up on.
Yeah,
I'm sure that happens all the time. Yeah. Doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying myself. I know if I could read music, I'd probably see music differently. But I seem to be able to enjoy it without knowing what fucking chord it is in. I don't have to have that to enjoy the song.
I'm starting to see your point a little bit.
Not my point. Blowhard's point.
No, it's not.
That's the person I want you to color a picture.
No.
I want you to color a picture and say, I'm sorry, Blowhard.
Can't do that.
But I'm going to tell you something. And we all feel like we have these differences. When the robot army starts to fucking march on us, we'll look for humans to connect with. Oh, and it is coming. It is coming, my friend. The Japanese are saying to that. They're building a robot army that will turn on all of us. Blowhard knows what I'm talking about.
There's an artificial intelligence researcher in the Netherlands.
Ha! Artificial intelligence. Bullshit!
He says that in the next 5 years, humans will be having sex with robots.
Hold on, let me change everything that I said then. This may be a better idea than I thought.
So he says...
But I guarantee that the robot will fuck you and then snap your neck like a goddamn breadstick.
So he says the technology's going to be there, but he's starting to ask ethical questions like... Will letting a pedophile have sex with a robot child reduce or increase his desire to be with a real kid? And also he's asking...
What does that even mean?
Will it supplement or just feed? You know, will it like be enough for the pedophile or will it just feed his desire?
That question doesn't even make sense. Whether we should let people fuck robot children. It's the stupidest thing. That's like saying, I mean, I assume pedophiles jack off to it now, right?
Yeah.
So jacking off to it, fine. Doing it, awful. It's that simple. If you want to fuck a robot doll, who gives a shit what that is?
Well, I disagree. I think it's wrong, but I also think the manufacturers of the robot child are in the wrong for creating a kid that you can have sex with.
I don't even think... Why don't they make sex toys that look like babies now? They don't have a blow-up doll that's 4. This is a made-up thing. Everything that we need to be talking about is not in this fucking article.
So his other
Our big problem is not whether people are fucking robot babies.
But why are they creating those robots?
No one is.
Are you sure?
This guy made it up himself. What is his name?
I will find out his name. But his other ethics...
Watley. Dr. Watley.
Dr. Watley.
Well, let's not go... Do you have an ethical problem with that, Fez?
No, it's a machine. It's like sticking your dick in a toaster.
Do you think that's fine?
It's a child.
You think that's fine?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, you're not hurting another person.
So if Haley Joel Osment in AI got fucked by like a big black guy...
Answer him! Answer him!
Isn't it just a machine?
Yes,
you
but
think it would be okay to fuck Haley Joel Osment in fucking AI?
Yes.
Wow.
What about Vicky the Robot from Small Wonder?
Especially.
No, that was wrong. What are you talking about? That is so fucking wrong. It's unbelievable. And of course it's going to make him want to fuck real kids. He's going to be like, okay, this is awesome. Now I can't wait to fuck a real child. This makes no sense.
Well, Fez, you got to know this, and HCG sent this in for you. Kitty porn is illegal. So you can't even jack off to kitty porn.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You act like we're singing this to you. You don't understand the things that we're saying. I don't think it's going to be a major problem. That was my initial point. I don't believe the ethical thing of robots first is, can we have sex with fucking 4-year-old looking robot?
Why would a child robot ever be created? I mean, forget about just having sex with them. What would the purpose ever be?
Oh, there's the purpose.
You can teach him.
What are you looking for, Watley?
That professor's name.
Forget his name. That's not the important thing. You're having sex with Haley Joel Osment is what this show is turned on to now. Bully, Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. Dave, would it be okay for Casey to have sex with a robot if she let you have sex with a robot?
Fez, Dave?
If she let me have sex with a robot, she would be allowed. What the fuck is this even? No. All
right, would you have a problem if she wanted a marital aid?
No.
As long as you got to put it up your ass when you're done.
No, I would
That's
not.
the same sound he's going to make when it goes up his ass. No!
No, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But like a robot is different because a robot can communicate with you. I've never heard of like a talking vibrator, but a robot, I think she could develop a connection, a human-robot connection.
Why?
Because the robot probably
Thank
is
you,
more...
Casey. We should run away together. Leave Dave. Leave Dave.
Well, the robot wouldn't stutter, you know. There's a lot of things a robot
That
probably...
stuttering fuck. Look at me with my metallic penis.
Oh, Jesus. Would they have like little robot pubic hair? And if so, how would that even be made?
You sick bastard. You and Watley ought to join the same think tank. Or stink tank, as it should be known. Smoke, you're on Ron and Fez.
What up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, most pedophiles rape to get the power, so unless you're going to make the robot fight back, I don't see any use for it.
All right, so he's saying just like rape, it's not a sexual release. It is it's more of a thing of power.
Okay, so the robot...
But you have to... If a robot ever looked like Haley Joel Osment and acted like him, you honestly don't think it would be a bad thing to have sex with it?
No.
That's really...
Really?
Really?
They're going to lock you up.
It's a machine.
But it thinks it's not real, but his love is. That's what that whole fucking movie was about. That whole movie was about he had feelings. And if you make these robots, they are going to develop rights. If you have artificial intelligence, right? What makes you now believe that is any better than biological intelligence? That's like saying slaves don't matter. Oh, I would never have sex with a child, but a slave child, why not? They're not even human.
Well, that's it for me, the whole human part of it.
But you heard the term artificial intelligence, right?
Right.
That means it's able to think of things. Are you saying that you would have sex with an alien? A child alien?
No, I wouldn't have sex with a child alien. That's a living, breathing thing. An organism.
So it's an organism. You would not have sex with a puppy, but you would a full-time dog. A dog of age. That's okay.
No, I wouldn't have sex with an old dog.
Why are you having sex with Haley Joel Osment, though? That's the question here.
No, is it wrong to let a pedophile release his desires on a robot?
Yes, Haley Joel Osment is what we're talking about.
If it looks like a child, of course.
But no real child is getting hurt.
But his love is real. Did you see the film?
Yes, I saw it.
If the robot looked and acted like Haley Joel Osment, would it be wrong to let a pedophile have its way? In that movie, you remember the movie, right?
Yeah, in that movie it would be wrong.
All right, then that's the end of it.
But no, just real quick, going back to their thing, he still says it would be okay. To me, it's like if you eat one potato, that commercial, one potato chip leads you to a bunch of potato chips. If you're going to have a lifelike small child robot, after the pedophile has sex with that robot, he's going to want to have sex with real children.
I have no idea if that means that. Maybe it would be a release. That's like saying that we have to now pay attention to what people jack off to.
See, I disagree.
I don't know if one would... You could put a fucking doll, a baby doll, on most people's dicks and push it forever. They're not going to get off that baby doll and then go have sex with a child. It would never dawn on them. A fucking healthy, normal person, it never dawns on them. No matter what is they're fucking exposed to go, okay, now I'm going to take it to real. You're sick if you even think that can happen. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
They do have talking vibrators.
I know, I got one making my fucking football picks for me. Look at you, Earl. Mr. fucking Imperfect. I'm sorry, I got carried away there. What were you saying, Chris?
They have talking vibrators called the iVibes. They're about $120.
And what does it say?
Well, you can download phrases that, I guess, for your woman partner. My wife don't have one of those, but she has several toys, and she's been kind of curious.
And how many do you have?
Oh, I have several.
What? They go up your ass?
On occasion, yeah.
Okay.
And,
what are you giggling?
Big ass prize closet. Hold on.
Oh, you're so disgusting. Go ahead, Dave. What are you giggling at?
He has talking vibrators up his ass. What kind of man is he?
Here's James. James, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. They have come so far with these blow-up dolls now. I've seen them, like $8,000, and they're so lifelike with the skin, flesh, and everything. That's practically, a robot.
But they don't make any for pedophiles. Nor do I think there's an enormous market out there, if you want to know the
A pedophile
truth.
could buy one. Well, you're right. They don't make short ones yet. I guess you could cut them off.
Well, you can be barely legal. There has to be a cutoff date.
I mean, the blow-up doll that I had intercourse was, very small. So I guess
they're not life size.
It wasn't life size, so someone could say, "Well, that was the size of a child." But I pretended that I was having sex with a woman.
And did it hurt you? You said you got hurt.
Yeah,
very bad.
I was banging it with my cock, and then I decided to give it to anal because you could do pussy or anal.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was giving anal,
like that felt different.
It was too small. And
just like real life,
the anus was too small on her, and I cut my penis open and then popped it, and it was all the air was coming out of it.
Out of your penis?
All the air of the blow-up doll was coming out.
Oh.
And so I said to myself, I need to finish before all the air's out of the doll, otherwise it would be like fucking necrophilia or something.
How much did this thing cost you?
$29.99.
Here's Ray. Ray, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what do you do when the robot falls in love with the human?
The robots in that AI were able to fall in love, Fez.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to make sure you don't program them that much.
Well, you're talking about artificial intelligence, right?
Right.
Which means it's more than being programmed. It means they have their own level of awareness. And if a robot can start and learn and think and react to things, what makes you feel superior to that? That's the question.
Right, because it's not really alive.
It is alive if it can do all those things. It's more, it's closer to us than a squirrel would be.
But, I mean, would it be able to feel pain or anything like that?
What if it's able to, is that what makes you a human, your ability to feel pain? What makes you a human being?
The fact that we can die and blood flows
not at all.
through us?
A lot of things die. A lot of things life flows through. They're not human. What makes you a human?
The fact that we can think and know that we are human.
In this case, in your case, no. But in most cases, yeah. At some point to know that you have awareness. That is the fucking difference between us and everything else. So one of the main reasons, the difficulty or strength, if you will, is being a human, is knowing that we're human, knowing that we're finite, which no other animal really knows. No other animal knows that they're going to someday die. Right. They have no awareness of that at all. Awareness is what we're after. So if you make these things aware, that's the central question, then what happens to it? Now, why do you leap into the first thing is, can you fuck it, is beyond me. That's beyond me. Here, I'm not going to go back to these robot sex things. I can't do this show. Ron and Fez.
It's the Ron and Fez Show on XM 202.
Dave's mom in the house.
Mother's in the room. Today's the day I grow up. And I'm treating Mother.
Are you?
Intercourse lifeboat.
Thanks, honey. Also, that little thing that he rolls around in.
What is that?
Our nephew has like a little kid tractor, like a child tractor, you know? I like to use it myself. 1, 2, 3. Keep. Rolling. Keep. Chariot. Keep. Rolling. in the room. I agree with Mother. Today's the day I grow up. Intercourse lifeboat. When you blow out the candles, there remains a glow. It's the sunshine. Sing something for Mr. Bennington and Mr. London, please, because you're a good singer. You always have been.
Oh, thanks, honey.
1, 2, 3.
He keeps on rolling. He keeps on churning. He keeps on rolling. He keeps on churning.
Mother's in the room. Beanie Mac. I agree with Mother. Today's the day I grow up. Intercourse lifeboat.
Intercourse lifeboat. There it is, sleeves. It's another one out. It is the Ron and Fez show. Good news for you, Fezzy. Jenny Q agrees with you on being able to have sex with baby robots.
Oh, good.
And she's just as upset with you that you can't have virtual child porn.
Oh, okay.
She wants the same as you on that. Now, you're getting off some of your medications. How you feeling?
Today is the best I have felt since it happened. Saturday was the worst I felt since coming off, and I feel like I'm coming out of a cloud today a little bit.
Now, I know you have a lot of internet friends that are helping you out there on the same meds as you are. Is that it?
Yeah, some have either had experience with the meds. Most of them also were on the same pills I was. So, like, buddies like Milkman Dan, he helps me out. My friend Jenny, Nikki, they help me out. Christy the Bull Rusher, Diane, Patrick, Mark, Chris, Eddie, we all talk about it, about the withdrawal symptoms.
These are people that got on the same meds as you and it didn't work out and you had to withdraw?
Yeah, exactly, where they have felt either the withdrawal, feelings, or they've had other bad side effects from the same medicine I take.
You grow another head out of your chest?
No, no sort of total recall thing. But mainly just the shakes and everything. And the brain zaps, which are the absolute worst.
So right now, what's considered good for you is trying to get back to your old level of depression.
Yeah, it seems like, that is actually physically better for me.
Because you're like, oh, I'm doing better. I'm getting back to where I used to be, depressed. Is that why you went on this, depression or anxiety?
I had both, but it was mainly anxiety that put me on the Effexor, where I just couldn't chill out at all. And then what would happen is the anxiety would get to me, I'd get depressed, and then the crying jags would start.
You ready to cry today?
Oh, I'm totally ready to cry today.
Dave's dog died.
Really?
That he loved.
Oh.
What was his name, Dave?
Scrimp.
Little Scrimp.
A little Scrimpy.
Scrimp is gone.
That's...
Oh, yeah, you don't, you never cry about something else. I'll make you cry. You have a stupid belt. It has to be directed towards him.
That's just cruel.
He never feels bad about anything else. All right, so now you're just getting back to good old-fashioned depression.
Right, yeah, back to where I was when I first went into the shrink's office.
Now, are you going to go on a new pill, or do you quit?
I really want to quit. Although, I talked to Dr. Steve about some things, and I want to quit, but
Give that to Fez, because I ate his.
Oh, okay, thank you. And so I'm going to listen to what the shrink says. I go see him a week from tomorrow, the pill doctor, and I want to hear what he has to say. But right now, no more pills. I'd rather just be the blubbering mess that I was before. Than the shaking, can't control my leg, can't control my hands.
What did Dr. Steve say to you?
Dr. Steve suggested another medicine.
Which one?
Cymbalta. That I've never been on before.
I've been there. It's fabulous this time of year. Oh, Balta.
So, and also some of my internet friends.
I say Baltimore. Who are your internet friends?
Oh, like Milkman Dan and Jenny and Nikki and Christy the Bull Rusher.
Just teasing you.
Oh.
Just making you repeat. They all want you to go on Balta also?
So, not all of them, but I would say a majority of them have said, ask your doctor about Cymbalta, just like in the TV commercial.
What's it do?
Apparently it's like another anti-depression, anti-anxiety drug.
A what?
anti-depression, anti-anxiety drug.
Anxiety. You were saying that some depression, they think, has to do with jobs?
Yeah, that's a new government report where they say which jobs have the most depressed people.
Let me think. What would be the most depressing job you could possibly have? I know one thing. Tom Hanks working in that condom factory really looked like a sad one. What do you think, Dave? Depressing job?
I would think librarian. Anyone who works at the library. First of all, you don't get to talk.
You know, it's very difficult to get that job.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult job to get.
I'm thinking, like, just because you don't get to talk with your regular voice, you have to be quiet and not really live like an extroverted human being.
Is librarian on there, Fez?
No, I only saw the top 2 most depressing and then the bottom 2 least depressing. That's all I saw on the list. So I didn't see librarian there in the article I read.
What about fast food? That would have to bring you down.
Actually, food service industry, that's number 2.
Wow, way to go, Ronnie B.
Yeah.
Pick up a silver medal. So, but not fast food, because chefs seem to be happy, but I would think fast food would be depressing. They always now, Dad brought this up, dentists. They always say that more dentists kill themselves.
Yeah, it's not dentist as the most depressing job in the United States.
And I'll tell you what it is that depresses you there when you're a dentist. Smells.
Oh, God. I have smelled some horrible things sitting in a dental chair.
Is that it there, Fez?
Nope, not dentist.
Here's Isaac. Isaac, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
The most depressing job possible is a financial consultant. You get into this job thinking you're going to make a boatload of cash. They bring you in a nice office, put you in a nice suit, and you sit there and get told to fuck off over the phone 500 times a day.
You know, that's anything where you got a cold call has got to be difficult.
That's really difficult. I've actually done that, and
you're a financial consultant?
No, but I have cold called people.
For what?
Radio station research about what radio station they listen to.
And that hurt your feelings?
Oh God, people were just nasty. They hated anyone ringing their phone.
Well, don't you hate getting a call at home?
Oh yeah, I despise it. So that's what I was doing too to other people.
You were doing a job that you wouldn't like if someone did it to you.
Exactly.
Here is Blake. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
How about the funeral director?
I wouldn't think so. Most of the funeral directors I know, they feel like they're helping people get through a bad... You feel like you're helping humanity.
Yeah, well, you're like you're a shoulder for the family to lean on, and you get a satisfaction out of that.
Is that on there, Fez?
No.
One of the better ones?
Nope.
Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B., you're a genius, man.
I was telling Fez that, and he thought I was singing. He did not listen to me.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. My family owns assisted living, and to see people with, like, dementia and Alzheimer's, just kind of like...
Speaking of which, find out how Robert Klein's doing.
Yeah, I will. I think he's actually just got a room there, so I'll let you know in about a week.
Thank you. What was my little friend's name? I don't know, Robert. I don't know you. I can't help you now. Is there anything up my nose? Oh. See, I grew up around Alzheimer's, Fez.
Oh, yeah?
Very familiar with it. And I'm, if I start to get Alzheimer's, I want you just to shoot me.
So that was actually the number 1, the personal care attendant. That was
was it really?
Yeah, the most depressing job in the country.
Then I got 2. Then I went 1 and 2.
Caring for the elderly or like a special needs citizen.
Yeah, being around old people or retards, that's got to be the worst.
You're not going to have a good day when you show up there.
Although, that girl I watched the other night has beat autism.
Who's that?
I had this conversation with you on Thursday. The girl who goes out with Jim Carrey.
Oh, that's right, Jenny McCarthy.
We do the show here every single day, Monday through Friday, when we're not doing Unmasked. This week, bad news, no Unmasked, so we will be here on Friday. That means I do have to get up by 10, at the very latest 11 on Friday. What time do you wake up every day, Dave?
I wake up around 9 o'clock.
Wow.
A.M.
Pitsy?
6:45.
To get all the way in here to work?
Yep.
See, I'd rather pay the extra rent. Earl?
Between 8 and 8:30.
Fez?
7:30.
I wake up at 10 on my own. If not, phone rings every day exactly at 10:30, and it's Fez Watley. And that's a good day, when I'm not waking up on my own.
I can't believe Earl wakes up at 8:30 because every time we've ever tried to call him before 10, he's never picked up, including this morning.
So he's a liar.
That's essentially what I'm saying, Mr. Bennington.
You know what? I used to protect him when he used to give me great fucking tips for betting. And now, since he shit all over that title of Mr. Perfect and became Mr. Shit Fick, now I have no protection for you, Earl.
It wasn't my fault. He should have taken the points. Why can't they take the points?
What do you mean take the points?
Mississippi had the ball on the 4-yard line. They went for the win instead of sending the game into overtime. That's what happened.
So even if they would have won, we wouldn't have covered.
You would have still lost that, Earl.
Was it 6? It was 6.5. You're
We're
right.
fucked.
You needed Alabama to cover 6.5, not Mississippi get more points.
You don't understand the game of football, yet you've got the balls to fucking saunter in here and give me picks. And you know who I got now, Earl? Nobody.
I will have another perfect pick this Friday.
I used to believe in magic.
That magic will return on Friday.
And I never said it wasn't so. I said it was magic. Now look at me. I don't think I can even go with you on Friday, Earl. I don't think I can take your pick.
I will have a perfect pick, and I will be back on track with this Friday with a perfect pick.
Nothing you say matters anymore. To me, you sound like fucking Charlie Brown's teacher. Is anybody going to read that book about Charles Schultz?
No, I'm not going to read that one.
I'm going to check it out. I was always a huge Peanuts fan.
Really?
Huge, yeah. I used to have, I think, like 10 or to 12 of those Peanut books that looked like regular paperback novels, but they had the cartoons in them.
Paperback writer. So apparently they're saying what about him? He was depressive.
He was depressive, he was bitter, he was nasty, and a woman chaser.
So at least he had one good thing going for him. Why is a woman chaser a bad thing?
I don't know, they act like he was just lecherous, like a woman couldn't come around him.
All right, this got sent to me, Jster 263. Earl wakes up around 2:58 p.m. saying you don't do shit till the end of the show.
I do plenty, thank you.
Me and Earl had a late night walk through the city when we left 2U the other night. Just a couple of buddies walking through the Times Square area. And I got news for you, Fez. It looks like it's getting a little rough again.
Oh, yeah?
A little bit of the gangbangers hanging out.
There was that one girl passed out on the street.
Why the fucking Latin kids were fucking with her.
Oh, yeah.
Acting like they were jacking on her and going to piss on her.
Yeah, it was just so...
I know what you may be thinking, Fez. Why didn't we help? I'm not going to help this drunk pig laying on the fucking street. She gets what she deserves. And that's why I went by and said, Mucho gracias! I just fucking yelled out anything I know. Taco Grande! Started acting like I was jacking off. I just want to get home. No, I didn't do that. I'm just fucking with you. Thanks for interacting. Earl, the big Radiohead album has been released for free online. Now, is it going to be released as a CD?
Plans now are to have a standard release with artwork and liner notes and all of that stuff, but they wanted to get this out to the hardcore fans and basically told them to name their price, if any, if they wanted to hear the album.
Now, how many downloads has there been? Have they said?
They haven't gotten official numbers yet because they've gotten a lot more. Believe it or not, there's people complaining about the, I guess, like the bandwidth or the, how many megahertz the album sounds like. And I'm like, they're giving away an album for free. Does it really matter what it sound like? What sound? I mean, because they actually have audio examples of the two. And there's no difference, but it's just the tech geeks getting really
So people are bitching even though they're getting something for free.
Yes, basically for free. They're naming your price, and the prices have ranged from, I think, $5 where people want to pay to $10, which I think is fair. Between $5 and $10.
Well, I don't know what their costs are, so I don't know what's fair. You know what I mean? I don't know what it costs to put that thing together without a CD being released.
There's 1.2 million people downloaded the Radiohead album.
All right, now, let's face something. If this would have been a product and they would have moved 1.2 million in a week, we'd say super success. So let's suppose they average, you think they'll average $3-4?
Yeah, that's a fair number.
So they've only brought in like $3 or $4 million. If they would have sold a million. Let's just go for the million. Let's not pay attention to the two. So let's say if they average $3, they bring in $3. If they would have sold it as CD, what's the price of a just released CD?
Retail will go anywhere between $14 and $17.
All right, so they would have in that same time grossed $14 million. Now we don't know what distribution costs are. Obviously, it should be cheaper to put out the download. But it still seems like they're taking it in the pants. Now, if they didn't do this, they probably wouldn't have moved any $1.2 million.
No, they probably would have gone anywhere between $100,000 and $200,000.
Yeah.
But you also got to remember that a lot of that $14 to $17, they're only a really good record deal is only about the band is only seeing like $1 to $2 from.
Yeah,
the
I
deal.
understand, but are they still with a record company now?
No, they're free agents, so they're whatever.
So everything they get is going directly in pocket.
Yep, absolutely.
So that could work out for them. Although they're not getting charted anymore. So how do you know what to sell a tour at?
Well, Billboard, they now have digital downloads. They'll track how many CDs have been downloaded. And
will they give out a golden download?
no gold or platinum downloads yet, but they do track albums that are being downloaded. And that's the other thing with this. People downloaded the entire album as opposed to people who would usually do it. They would like cherry pick like a particular songs. There's a very small percentage, I think, of people who will download an entire album.
I'm going to agree. Dave, what do you think of that?
I think a lot of people are going to download the album, and then I think they'll wait till see if they like it to donate whatever price they're going to give.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this. Do you think people generally, and I know when you're not paying attention to the show, I know that when you're not paying attention to the show, when I get an answer back like that.
No, I
feel like a fucking junior high school teacher.
I just got
right
confused.
Now. But the point is this. Do you think people would generally cherry pick a download thing these days more than download an entire album that they don't know? I know they might go and download Abbey Road or Appetite for Destruction, but would they normally go and download a brand new album? I don't think so.
I think they'll probably cherry pick because people are. I think the album is becoming, going by the wayside.
And this one they haven't, though. They went and downloaded the entire album.
Yeah, so you can get the whole thing as a finished piece, and in that respect, I think it's worked. I think that because I love the record, I've heard it, and I really enjoy it.
The interesting thing here now is right. Well, there's a couple things because everything will change. Number one. Would this make some guy who has a decent amount of bandwidth every bit as powerful as, let's say, Columbia Records? So could Carter just start downloading his bands and be able to come out with a hit? A legitimate hit if it gets passed around the internet?
I don't think so, because I think where, I can't name an artist that had any pop exclusively on the internet. They haven't figured that out yet. They haven't really. I think unless you have. Like
what about that Montreal band that sold out so many things here without getting the record deal in America? Arcade Fire.
Yeah, Arcade Fire.
They came in and sold out Madison Square Garden, and I don't think they had ever been played in New York radio, and they sold it out in like a heartbeat, all off the internet buzz.
Was that more internet buzz or more just touring? Because a lot of bands, like there's bands like was that AOR that OAR sold out the Garden, never got any airplay, but they just were like road animals. They just kept touring to the point where they just built up this critical mass to where they.
But then you
Garden.
also have to have an internet establishment. You're not going to get people to follow along unless they know where you're playing. Yeah, I mean this is the cool thing right now. You can deal directly to the fans. Now that is a big difference when you're Radiohead and you got something in your past for people to go, what is Radiohead up to? But some new band, people aren't going to know who they are, so why would they care about the downloaded album?
Yeah, like a Radiohead, a Prince, all those guys, they got cash too. They got a lot of startup money to where they could put this infrastructure together. So, like a new band, I don't know if they'll have that, either that or that tenacity to kind of like, hey, we're going to build.
Well, they will have tenacity. Every band has tenacity if they keep trying. But let's say Eggplant Queens if they come up with a great fucking song, who's going to know it except for their fan base now? There would be no way for some guy in Wyoming to fucking find out about the song.
Yeah, I understand.
That's the fucking difficult nature of this.
I mean, I understand that, but a friend of mine who was an entertainment attorney always used to tell me that, making records and selling them are two entirely different animals. And most bands, they want to make music. They're not in the business of selling the records.
Yeah, but no one's ever turned money back. I guarantee you right now. There's never been any band who's walked away from a bigger fucking record deal.
Yeah, of course, but at the same time, I just don't think the internet thing is they're still figuring it out. And even with a Radiohead where people are complaining, I mean, I was reading the other day, I think it was on Billboard, people are complaining about just little nuances. I'm like, guys, they gave a record away.
People are assholes. We all agree with that.
But
we all agree with that.
But I think the mechanism, I mean, the internet thing, it does empower the bands more than ever. And I think just go to a record store now. It's like, it's barren. It's so weird to go to a record store now. They probably give the records away now.
But at the same time, the concert business isn't where it was before. If you took the classic guys off, the concert tours,
there is no business.
There would be no business, correct?
Yeah,
you're just doing a straight club business.
Yeah, it would be like the idea of arena. There's not that many arena acts anymore. Like you look at the Rolling Stones, they just did $500 million in ticket sales. $500 million. It's unbelievable. I mean,
but that's very little to do with music. That's more to do with nostalgia. To me, that's the same as the fucking hula hoop, or
the circus.
Yeah, the circus has come to town. It's basically they are the Harlem Globetrotters for a certain fucking age of, I saw them and now I want my children to see them. It's the same exact thing. All right, here's our buddy Carter. How are you, pal?
Hey, what's up, man?
We're going to bring you in one day. You've got your own record label, right, Carter?
Yes.
What's the name of it?
It's called Dovecoat.
All right, now, Dovecoat, do you go and make CDs as well, or are you just going to work to download?
No, we do. We do, like, physical product as well. And you guys, sorry, I came in a little bit late to the conversation, but you were talking about everyone sort of, being pissed off about the Radiohead download.
Yeah.
It's probably because there's a couple of reasons. One is the file quality of the MP3 is a little lower than normal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was done because there are some really huge, well-known music sharing websites that have, like, basic requirements of if you're going to leak a record early. And I believe, I've heard rumors that they've purposely made the bit rate of these MP3s lower so that they couldn't be posted on these websites, so you had to buy it.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
And I think, and they also announced that, in 10 days it'll be available. And I heard the similar numbers, too. I heard it was like 1.2 million downloads at around £4 a download.
So how much £4 is, like $6?
I think it's more than that. I think it's almost 8 now.
All right. So that would be gigantic. That would be $8 million.
And they pocket all of that for, basic, internet server hosting costs.
So this will be seen as a major good deal by them, right?
Yeah, I mean, they made probably more money off this than they would ever from royalties that they would see from being on a record label.
And now every artist will go, wait, why can't I do this?
Exactly. I mean, well, not every artist, because there's only a few bands that could do that. You have to be that, like, iconic, rock status.
Mm-hmm.
And once they did it, a bunch of other bands came out of the woodwork saying they want to do it. Like Oasis is planning on doing it. And this other UK band called the Charlatans are going to do it as well. I mean, I don't know if a new band doing that. I mean, lots of new bands give away stuff for free. We give away whole releases for free as well every once in a while, but without the notoriety of being a huge stadium act, it doesn't really mean much.
It doesn't mean as much. I want you to come in one day. I want to talk about the future of the record business. All right, Carter?
I'm down.
All right. Earl, get in touch with you, okay?
Cool.
Talk to you later.
Peace.
He's pal of ours, started his own record label, Fez.
Dovecoat Records.
And you can check them out, dovecoatrecords.com or just dovecoat.com, Earl.
Dovecoatrecords.com.
There you go, dovecoatrecords.com. Here is Ian. Ian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi. I was just going to say that the Radiohead download's great because it just doesn't, it kind of shows that you don't have to go through a label to get music out there. It used to be that you needed millions of dollars and all kinds of infrastructure to be able to put a record out there, but now, for about $40,000, according to my friend who has a label and a band of his own, you can produce stuff on your own, which is great because, major records kind of
Who's squeaking on the floor? Which one of you guys?
It's not me. I'm not moving.
Okay. All right, thanks, bro. Yes and no. A big part of this whole thing goes to marketing. People have to find out who the band is and what they're doing. You gave me the download, Earl. I had to say I liked it. I dug the music. What's going to be the biggest song out of this, you think?
I think it's going to be Body Snatchers. It's true.
Play that for us, would you, Dave? That's worth £4. It's the Ron and Fez show, a little Radiohead. Fez, did you pick up any of the lyrics?
No, I even, while I was listening to it, I'm going, what are they saying? I didn't pick up any of the lyrics.
Very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. All right, Ron and Fez show. There you have it. It's a whole new world upon us, Earl. There's nothing you can do about it. Soon, we'll be just downloading any song without ever buying or seeing anything physical. And people like Jenny Q and Fez will have robot sex with underage robots, which I'm uncomfortable with, but who am I to stop? Give me the Hallie Joe Osment. Ron and Fez hanging out with you today till 3 o'clock. Were you always a big Radiohead fan?
I got into them with the second record, The Bends.
You know, I was over at SNL, and we saw them do National Anthem, which is that tiny little thing, and it was fucking great. It was probably my favorite SNL moment until I thought it was the best SNL moment ever until fucking U2 did that Sunday Bloody. did that I Will Follow.
To end the show.
Yeah, and nothing's going to beat that. Nothing's going to fucking beat that.
I remember, when Neil Young did Rockin' in the Free World, with literally this all-star pickup band. It was like Steve Jordan on drums and Charlie Drayton on bass, and they're like literally running into each other, and they're all in leather jackets, ripped jeans, loud. It was great.
Sometimes I think, the music is the only thing that could save you with SNL. And when they have a bad pop act, I'm like, fuck it, I'm out. I can't even watch.
I thought it was just cooler when they basically would book people that they liked. So it was like, musical. I remember, I think it was like in the late 70s, I turned to my sister and go, who's Ornette Coleman? It was just, they had hip people on the show.
Well, that's before, Lauren just said, hey, let's just turn this into a factory. You know what I mean? Now it's just about, let's show who's ever got a movie coming out. Because it used to be people that wanted to come over and host the show.
Or people they
because
like.
it would be cool. And now it's like, I have a new movie coming out. And they might as well be doing Letterman that week. And they normally do tie it in with a Letterman. And then who's ever got the number one record in the nation that week?
Either the number one record or the record's coming out on Tuesday when you go pick it up.
All of a sudden you're watching SNL and my milkshake's bringing all the boys to the yard. And you're like, what the fuck happened to this show? They used to fucking try to be cool. Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, gentlemen.
What can we do for you, sir?
At one point, you guys had said, repeatedly, it just ends up that you need some sort of, you need the word to get out there as far as the music is concerned.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what we said, my friend.
But the thing is just as easy as anything, if it's a wholly internet-based distribution, you have all the message boards and word of mouth that you can push out through that and all these other sources in order to get all the information out there.
I will agree to you, and that is the way my kids, get into bands. But it's not necessarily the way I'm going to get into a band. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to be able to reach the masses, not just the hardcore people who are looking for new stuff. And I guarantee you, if it was 1963, people on the East Coast weren't looking for the Beach Boys. That fucking sound had to be brought to them and marketed to them till finally, people on the East Coast went, all right, even though I don't know what surfing is, I do like this sound. Record guys used to get out and they would be in the business because they loved the music. They cared about the music. You take a guy like Carter, even though, it's different at times, someone could act like, well, what's his real job? He loves the music and he's promoting these guys that, we talked about earlier. A lot of times it's hard to even get them woken up in the morning, get them on a tour bus. You can be a great artist and be really bad at presenting yourself.
Yeah, a really good friend of mine, Phil DiFiore. He just started a record label because he did a movie.
Is he a really good friend of yours?
He's a friend of mine. I consider him a new friend.
I don't even think he's a guy. I bet he couldn't pick you out of a lineup.
No, we've talked.
Never met.
We've never met formally, but we talked on the phone a bunch of times. But
sex lines.
No, but he did a movie. He did a documentary on P-Funk keyboardist Bernie Worrell. He loved the music so much, he started a label, and the first two records are Bernie Worrell records. So, those guys are still out there. They're few and far between. I mean, like, it's not like the Ahmet Erdogan who would start the label because he said, he loved R&B music and nobody was putting it out.
I agree with you. I think particularly in the smaller labels, you have people who love music and love their artists and want to get it out there. Now, when you get into the bigger labels, because it is an industry, right? It's a corporation. You don't have the kind of...
You don't have the flexibility.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just go, oh, I want to push this, because people are looking for things in 3 months and you'll be fired anyway. You have to get behind whatever the big hack piece is.
Yeah, with the perfect example, there's like, a Tom Waits was on a major label for years. I mean, but the guy running the label, David Geffen, was just a major fan of Tom Waits. He goes, I don't care if this guy sells 5 records. This guy's going to be on my label as long as I'm running the label. You can't do that now because...
Geffen's not even that kind of guy anymore. I mean, he's, even DreamWorks is somewhat of a corporate entity.
But today, like, you're spending at least $1 million just to market a single. You have to have that payoff now. It has to pay off. Otherwise, boom, you're gone. If that return isn't coming back in a month, 6 weeks, there's tons of bands that got dropped before their record even came out because they just said, you know what, we're not going to see they can forecast that far ahead.
Yeah, they go out and market it like everything else, and they're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, they're like, we're just not going to see the return on this. Like, the research shows that we're not going to get the return on this. They don't even put the record out. There's tons of records sitting in vaults that no one's ever heard, were made, produced, and never came out.
And what's the name of this record label your buddy's doing?
It is called, I want to say Baby Elephant Records. And then
Cute.
That's the name of and that's the name of one of the projects is Baby Elephant.
Now, I will tell you this. Now, remember the other night we're hanging out at the at Bar 9 with Steve, right? So we're standing out front, and some homeless guy comes by and starts singing with us. And me and Vinnie Cooper and a couple of people started singing old Temp songs with him, right? So then we started singing I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Well, you know the big black guy who is the door guy there? It's like a bald guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know his name. Does anybody know it?
I don't know his name.
Great guy, though, right?
I know who you're talking about.
So he comes over to me and he goes, hey, that song you're singing, my brother-in-law wrote that song. Get out of here. He goes, yeah, my brother-in-law is Barrett Strong. And do you know the name?
Yeah.
He is one of the guys who used to write the Motown hits. So...
And I think he wrote Money, too.
This is the song this guy wrote. The songs. He wrote I Heard It Through the Grapevine, War, the Edwin Starr hit, Smiling Faces, Sometimes by the Undisputed Truth, Cloud 9, I Can't Get Next to You, Psychedelic Shack, Ball of Confusion, and Papa Was a Rolling Stone. These are some of the hits that his brother-in-law fucking wrote. I was out of my mind.
It's a hell of a catalog.
So we got to become friends with him. Because I want to be friends with people who brother-in-law wrote Motown hits.
I just want to correct. It's Godforsaken Music is the name of my friend Phil's label. And one of the bands he has is Baby Elephant.
I'm sorry, Mr. B. I wasn't able to go to Bar 9 that night, or I would have met Barrett Strong's brother-in-law, too.
Boy, I missed a good night.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
I knew I had right to be emotional when I made you that phone call.
I do want to say this. I want to say special hello to someone I care very much about, Tacy. And that's it. That's it. What's ever happening between me and her is nobody's business. I do need to say happy birthday to baby girl. Today's her birthday, right?
Yep. Happy birthday, baby girl.
I didn't hear Anthony mention it.
Of course not.
You're the thoughtful host.
That loves her for her mind and heart.
Not that superficial stuff.
No, not for a great ass.
Titties,
yes. Like Anthony is, who obviously he never has her in, and he never says happy birthday, yet he just dive on her when he sees her in public.
I've never seen him get her female companionship.
No.
The way she had with Lily.
Or promote the beautiful baby fuck card, which I happen to be number 1. That was short. All right, we got to plug anything, Earl? We got anything we need to do tonight or say about anything?
Unmasked is airing this Saturday night at 8 p.m. on XM 150, XM Comedy 150. It's with Jeff Garland. That's going to be Saturday night, 8 p.m. on the East Coast.
Who cares about that? What else we got to promote? Anything?
Always check out Kathleen from the Bronx's blog, Dear Ron and Fez Show on ronfez.net.
No, you can get it on ronfez.net or Fezzy, check it out on 4dayslate.com.
Oh,
Did you notice Thursday's blog showed up this morning?
I did notice that finally we got an update.
Did you like it, though?
Yeah, I loved it, as always.
All right. That's it for us. We'll be back here tomorrow. Oh, I hate to do this. And I did say that I would let him say something. So, Homestar, come in here, and he had something that he wanted to say to Baby Girl. Go ahead, Homestar.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.